perfect way to explain what 2020 was. In an audible, from an audible standpoint, it was.
Yo.
For real.
All right, guys, we're here. Let's actually crank this thing. Shit, what happens?
This way?
I guess.
No?
Dude, imagine. Oh,
there
shit.
it is.
Woo! That was
Happy
actually...
New Year.
That shit just popped up in his
Crank
mind.
it more. Crank it more.
No, that's it. That's it. Just
Let me
shout
see.
it.
Let me see.
This shit was a fucking failure. Yo,
Oh.
what the fuck? This shit was just like,
So now we got a fat mess. That's cool. That's cool.
It's awesome.
Fucking Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
2021. It's here. And it's this is a great representation of what 2020 left us with, a fucking mess.
Yeah, man.
And it was really anticlimactic. But ladies and gentlemen, the great Mike
That was
Torch is here.
Or
Heck
thank
yeah.
you.
What's
thank
up,
you.
Mike Torch?
Thank you for having me,
The
brother.
man of a million hats, and Jason Dale behind the mic as always, just being a
there.
brick shit house.
Hey, they don't make them like me anymore.
No, all right, so let's get this thing started. Mike, tell us now, because again, it's hard for me to personally put a finger on it because I've only known you for so long. But tell us who Mike Torch is. What do you do? Because you are everywhere.
Mike Torch.
Ever
is
since I met you,
a
you're
DJ.
everywhere.
Mike Torch is a DJ. I'm a DJ. I'm a DJ first and foremost, and I host, the creator and host of a podcast, INAPPROPREALITY.
Yes, sir.
Where we
Which
highlight.
I was lucky enough to be on, by the way. So thank you, sir, for having me.
Yes, and we still all this. We was like, oh, we got to connect. We got to link up and network.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. I mean, podcasts.
I was so glad we did.
We're trying to go around in circles. We're trying to go around the world. I'm trying to be on everybody's podcast.
That's right.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yo.
Worldwide.
All right, so we do the same thing. We highlight local talent, local independent artists, and businesses, all type of shit. And then I could swear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
go
yeah.
for it, go for
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, damn, this is about to be hard.
No, we got to start it all over again.
This is Mike and Mike at night. I wish I
Yeah,
put that.
Yeah, yo, what?
Shout
Mike
out
and
to
Mike
that.
at night.
You'd have to watch his podcast to know what that means.
I forgot what episode that was.
It was
yeah,
it just came out in December or something like that.
Yeah,
But
I don't
the
remember which
132,
number.
I think.
Some shit.
Yeah.
Some shit like that. And so we do the same thing. And I also host a show called Horticulture Fridays where I bring out talent and they get to perform on my lives.
That's awesome. How'd you get involved with that? Because I know you in Inappropriality was something that's sort of always been with you, but for the culture seems like a newer thing, is it not? Or
It is. Shout out Chris Lombardi. He's an artist based out of here, Western Massachusetts, and he's been all around. He's been South by Southwest, a bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
He had booked a show out in Boston and asked me to DJ it, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then I went out to Boston, and right before I had went out there, I was just like, fuck it, I'm going out to Boston. Let me just ask these independent artists from this area for their music so I could spin it out there. And once I did that, the reaction and the love was amazing. I wasn't even expecting it. I had no idea. And then I was like, I got to turn this into something.
yeah, I was
And
gonna say
then-
that initial DJing so that was the first time you ever DJ'd, you said?
No, it was first
No.
time. I did something like that. Yeah, I
Right. Oh,
DJ'd
gotcha.
that type of venue.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was just an accident waiting to happen.
Right,
It really,
right.
it really legit was. And then I went live at the show, and people heard their music being spun out in Boston. So like it was just the comments were going crazy, and then the reaction afterwards when I came back, it was just crazier.
Oh,
So
that's
I was like, I
awesome.
gotta fucking do something with this.
That's
So we
awesome.
create the show.
Where does it go from there? I mean, so right now I know you were just doing a bunch. Like, what were some of the most recent events you guys were putting on?
The last event we really did was the Welcome to Splifffield event, which was a weed session.
Oh no shit,
That's
dude! Were
awesome.
you ever around for like when Extravaganza was going on
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Amherst and shit?
Yeah, it's still around.
They do it in Northampton now, I believe,
Yeah.
right? But they used to do it in the Commons there. It was
Mhm.
like a weekend
Oh,
long
it was a
thing. We
huge
remember
thing.
that, right?
Yeah. Oh,
We went together a few times, and
Yeah.
that was such a fucking concept, like
That's-
being able to smoke in public and like whoa.
I forgot all about that. Yeah, well, we put together that Welcome to Splifffield, and hopefully we're trying to turn that into something like that. Probably big. It's like maybe a
That'd be
fucking
awesome.
traveling fucking, I don't know, South by Southwest. Some shit
There
like
is,
fucking, I don't
isn't
fucking
there
know,
like a
kinda shit.
big kind of, there's like a big
Like
kind
a bunch
of
of Rolling Loud, like shit like that.
Yeah,
like we're
like some
trying to
big
turn that shit
fest.
into that.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Dude, that'd be awesome.
different music, comedians. That'd be cool.
hell yeah.
That
Yeah.
event always blew my fucking mind.
The lineups be crazy.
Right,
Yeah.
You get
right.
everybody and they fucking mom like, yo, come out to see it. Like,
Yeah.
God
And-
damn.
And
like,
no better time than now because now it's cool. Like weed's not illegal.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And back then, what a weird situation it was because you had cops circling the place and everyone's smoking pot. as a kid, I'm like nervous thinking about that shit. Like there's cops there, they're smoking, and there'd be people in the crowd asking you. I remember like, oh, hey, you selling any? Because you're not allowed to sell it.
Yeah.
It'd be like
You
it's
gotta
a
donate.
big no-no.
You gotta donate.
Yeah,
You
donate.
gotta give us a gift.
You can give it to
Gift.
people. That's
why.
it.
Yeah, you paid $50 for this iced tea, and I'll gift you.
You're right.
Yeah.
Loopholes. It's all
Yeah.
about the loopholes.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. So
They got that shit written in the law though. It's like you can call it a gift. Like okay.
Well,
like, I'm
there's a
gonna
whole
call it
business in
fucking
Boston.
dude, no,
gift.
based on
no. So there was a guy for the longest time, probably not the longest time because obviously they probably busted him after not too long. But he was selling bags. There happened to be weed in them, so he's selling the bags for like $20. Some of them were $100. Some of them were $300. Right? But there was weed in the bags. But he wasn't selling the weed. Okay, he was selling the bags. And that was going down. I forget if it was eBay. I don't know if it would be eBay, but maybe it was like Craigslist or something for a
Yeah.
while. I don't know if you guys ever caught wind of that, but I believe it was back in like.
I know there's a service that's popular in DC, and I think got started in Boston too, where you can go on their website, order an iced tea that's like $60, and it just happens to come with some weed.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
I need me some tea. I love tea.
Yeah, no.
We were just talking about that. Whoever owns Twisted Tea is having a fucking great
my
year
Right
so
now,
far.
God.
My goodness. Oh my goodness.
the best year ever.
Like, isn't that every company's dream? Like, oh, Coca-Cola is like, please, somebody
I
smack
know.
somebody with a Coke.
Oh my
Something.
god,
Just-
fucking twisted
yeah,
teas.
that
They're not even good.
no.
They're not at all. They're good the first time, and then when you realize like the hangover lasts 3 days, it's not good.
The two biggest random winners of 2020 were Ocean Spray and Twisted Tea.
Yeah,
by far.
yeah.
Ocean Spray with Dogface.
Ocean?
with the-
Dogface, the guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
skateboard,
yeah,
when
yeah,
Fleetwood
yeah.
Mac was singing and he was drinking it on his longboard.
Yeah, that was a classic. Those moments are gonna be. Now he has crazy sponsors and shit
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
They bought him a truck, I think, full of.
Yo, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
That
he's
shit is
set for
insane.
life.
We need to go viral, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Start drinking random beverages on a longboard, listening or smacking people with random
I know.
beverages. It's
On
one
a
of the two.
longboard.
Yeah, on a longboard. We'll just combine the whole thing one while Fleetwood Mac's playing and slam with a Guinness.
We'll just instead we'll do like CCR playing in the background.
Yeah,
instead.
exactly,
Yeah, mix it
exactly.
up a little bit.
With some World War, some Vietnam music going.
Yeah.
Beat someone down. All right, so what I want to go with, so like for the culture, talk about that a little bit more. So I know you guys are hosting events and you have a lot to do with local artists. And for instance, you guys were just interviewing, and we talked about it a little bit on our way here. Somebody who is actively in the UFC right now.
Yep.
What was that like? How was it to meet her? And what was her name again? too?
Sinjara Eubanks.
Okay.
Like she's from Springfield, and it was just dope. I'm a huge fan of the UFC.
Yeah.
My background.
Do you
I'm
watch the fights a lot?
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
a wrestler.
I need to watch them more.
Been coaching wrestling. Been wrestling for
yeah.
16 years,
Yeah.
damn near. And I blue belt in jiu-jitsu myself. Like I love UFC. I love fighting. Period.
Yeah.
So like once I got the text message that was happening, I was like, yeah, I want you to you want me to do what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
You were
like, where,
"What?"
when, how? Let's
That's
go.
awesome.
Like what? Like let's get it. It was definitely. I was nervous.
Mhm.
I was nervous. I was the first time we sit down with somebody who has a blue check mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was definitely like they might want to fuck up, but I just want to just have her be herself. But I mean, try to get just some stuff out of her. Like I asked her how it felt when she KO'd this chick. Like
Yeah.
on impact, like her foot slapped her in the face, and then
she was out.
as
That's
soon
it.
as
Yeah.
as soon as it hit, she was unconscious. Like
That's
how the
insane.
fuck? Like 1 minute she was there, the next she wasn't. Like
I
how
couldn't
that- how
imagine
that- how did
fighting
that
somebody
fucking-
like that.
But still, like I mean, it was definitely one hell of an experience. I'm glad we did it. Like I learned so much from it. It was shorter interview, but I learned so much from that short interview.
Oh, I know. It must be great meeting. And it's funny because we were talking about this as well, but there's so many extremely talented people in the UFC in this area,
Mm-hmm.
and you wouldn't even know it. I
There's
mean,
a few fighters in the UFC from here.
Yeah,
Right.
Connecticut too. There's a
Mhm.
couple there.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm wondering at what point will the scene get a little bit brighter here? I feel like it's getting there. I
Say
really
fucking
do.
host an event at MGM.
We're damn close, right?
Getting there, yeah.
Some
Yeah.
shit. That's a small event.
We're so close from the this sheer amount of extremely talented artists, up and coming shows like yours, and there's various others, I suppose. This hopefully one day will be a little bit bigger. I mean, just there's so much going on, and I feel like the level at which it's really popular is the level at which it's documented. Because I mean, you look at somebody like California or New York, and it's like everything there's a camera on at all times, and so they got all kinds of crazy shows going on. So no matter who starts doing something, they end up getting some kind of credit for it. So it's just a matter of time, I feel like, before people around here start begin getting a little bit more traction for the hard work that they're putting in.
I hope so. I really hope so. I mean, fuck, I hope it for all of us.
I know.
The podcast,
well,
we're putting in work.
You guys shoot at the Stew, and like we were just talking about, you get to see these people doing that work.
Yeah, but sometimes they'll be
not everybody's great.
Yeah, we be next door, so people be behind me and just be like, "Yo, just." And I'll be so focused sometimes, and like what's going on in the interview. Obviously, I'm fucking controlling it, and then I just see Carla or Kenny just like or Macway just looking at like making weird ass faces. I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "You don't hear what's going on next door?" Oh yeah, that shit trash. Like that shit trash. Like that shit's garbage. But now there's a lot of great artists that come out here. We was talking about Two Tails. Shout out Two Tails.
Yeah, Two Tails. He's coming on soon. Shout out, man.
Hell of an artist. Doran Pierre is another one. There's a lot. There's a lot.
I know.
Of guys. Decomposer's a hell of a producer, engineer.
And even from an interviewer's standpoint, it's been such like an awesome journey, like discovering these people. Because in the beginning, you only know who you know,
right?
And then you start to know people who they know, and then all of a sudden, up till now, it's like I feel like there's just almost an infinite supply. And like you said, obviously not everybody's amazing at it, and there's some people who don't seem to put the passion into it. That you can tell when somebody really cares about their music and when somebody doesn't.
Yeah,
there's a huge difference. When did I wanted to ask though, because we were just talking about it. How did you and Macway and Carla all meet?
Macway and I, we went to middle school together.
Oh no shit.
So we've known each other for a long time. Our mothers were friends, and so I used to fucking hang out and stuff. So it's like we've known each other for a long ass time. And Carla, we've had the podcast for about a year. And Carla's somebody I just only knew from the internet. Like, and I loved her voice. I loved the things that she said, and I just I just felt like she needed to be a part of it. And I just reached out and told her to. And now she's a sister.
That's awesome.
For real.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys put in some serious work in 1 year.
Yeah.
130 odd episodes, maybe 140 now.
137 episodes. Now we're going on 3 years, but I think sometime last year is when we started doing two episodes a week. We were only doing one a week for a very long time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so once we started doing two, the numbers started going, obviously.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. Like I talk what I do right now. We do just one. But every now and then we'll put out like a bonus on Sunday. But that's tough. That's a lot of work to do twice every week.
Yeah.
And it adds up, especially if you pay for time with your like. Who do you guys host through? Who do you guys use for a host, like with an RSS feed and everything? Do you have like what you put it on Spotify?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that? Do you
Anchor?
Okay, you use Anchor.
I used to use Anchor too. Me
Yeah,
and my buddy
he
had a
used
sports
Anchor
podcast for like
Yeah.
a few months.
Shout out to
Anchor's
Dudes
great.
and Brews.
Yeah, Dudes and Brews still out there. But no, Anchor's awesome. Anchor's a pretty good platform with everything else they have.
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
That's right. So you use the physical mic setup, and then you guys also have. That's right. That was a really cool time, man. I really enjoyed going on your guys'
Your episode
podcast.
was definitely one of the better ones too. Like I loved it and absolutely enjoyed myself. I love when I get to have fun because sometimes you have those guests and you're just
I honestly felt like when I went on their podcast, I felt like I went to a party.
Yeah,
I felt like I was to a party. I was like hungover the next day.
Time, yeah.
Have fun.
That was a really good time, though. So where are we going from here, Mike? I mean, what's the goal?
Man,
what's the
I got
plan? Because
so
you are
many ideas, man.
I follow you. We're friends on Facebook now and Instagram and all that. And just from the outside looking in, you're an idea man. You're a visionary. You know what I mean? You're that one of those people who
Thank you.
Who you can tell that there's an abundance of passion in everything you do.
Absolutely.
You know what's the next move?
I can't say.
Oh yeah, I can't say. Well, what's the overall?
I do plan on growing for the Culture Friday some more. We have bigger ideas with that, and it's gonna be different. It's gonna be more intimate, and it's gonna be different. Yeah. Let's say that.
What were some things you took away from 2020 that were positive? Because I know we have a lot of we could sit here.
A lot.
We could shake more shitty things happen than you could shake a stick at. But honestly, I
don't
think
know, man. I had an amazing year, man.
I was gonna say the
sucks.
same thing.
It sucks because we know how the year really was for the nation and fuck the world.
Right.
And it's just like I busted my ass last year. The podcast busted their ass last year, and we had an amazing fucking year. So it's just sometimes it'd be hard to say that because
some good shit
Yeah.
came out of
Yeah,
it.
a lot-
Same.
I feel the same way.
Yeah,
man.
like I started a new job beginning of the year. Absolutely love it, but at the same
Yeah.
time, like feels good, but I feel kind of guilty
Yeah,
because
it's
I know
like,
a lot of other
fuck,
people
like,
are
you
really
don't
going
want to
through
see
it.
me. Like, you don't even want to say, like, I had an amazing
No,
year.
I
don't know, like,
just
like,
that's what I
I
say.
had an
Yeah,
amazing
no, I
year.
agree. Yeah, just kind of.
But I learned a lot. There's so many takeaways. Even like just staying hungry. Like I fucking we because of COVID we stopped going to the studio.
Yeah.
We were in the house on Zoom, and then after that we were just like, fuck this. Like,
Yeah.
fuck this. As soon as we had that fuck this moment, so we started
Mhm.
pumping out more content.
Yep.
More content. So when For the Culture Friday started going up even more and more and
Mm-hmm.
more. For the Culture Fridays actually started in my basement. Like people who have been, or just started following me, it started in my basement. I used to just go on my live.
I
and
went back and watched some of your episodes.
started spinning. Just started spinning the local music, and yeah, we found a space. We found a space and it was like, okay, let's have people perform.
It's amazing how
now-
much ground you guys have covered in a year. By the way, I mean,
And now, and mind you, I had an argument last night. Shout out Macway. He was like, check the dates. We checked the dates. I checked the dates. The first For the Culture Friday was on April 18th. So it hasn't even been a fucking year.
oh wow,
Hasn't even been
Damn.
a year. And now yeah, we plan on taking this in front of a live crowd.
that's awesome.
We want a live crowd, see actual reactions to it, see if people can actually perform in front of people. Because in front of a camera on a live, it's a whole
It's one
different.
thing.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
different. It's a whole different thing. And that shit was dope. Shout out Alo and Tox.
Yeah,
Alo, Pyrex, and Tox. They were the first ones we had to battle. The first ones to actually kick this shit off when we went live and doing performances. That shit was amazing. Like, and then the energy in the room. The energy in the room is always completely different too. There's one thing watching it, but that energy in the room is. You guys are gonna see. You guys are gonna feel it.
Oh, I know. I love tuning in. And like I was telling you before, it was really awesome watching you guys do the Christmas episode.
Oh man, the wrap
As
up,
you could
2020
tell, you
wap
guys,
up.
the
That
2020
was
wrap up.
spicy.
I was watching that
was
for a
fun.
little bit. That was funny as hell.
Spicy.
It was funny as hell.
Yeah.
You freaking made my day because I was like, let's go, and you're like, oh, shout out to the locals only. I was like, yes.
Word. Nah, yeah, you guys are doing a hell of a job here.
Yeah, we're trying to have fun with it. You know, it's it's funny because I feel like every podcast is a little different in its own way, but it's all this. It's very much the same in a big way, in that
Mhm.
we're trying to just keep the community together and inspire. That's my main goal. That's always been our main goal here, is just to
You inspire me, Mike.
dig in,
For real.
dig into just
It's-
people's lives. You know,
It's
because
dope.
there's
At one point there was no platforms, and now there's a
Right.
lot. There's a lot. You guys created this one, and it's dope as fuck. Like, I see messages, people reaching out, like,
Yeah.
it's dope to come on this. It's really dope.
there's definitely it's gone less from the I feel like the hardest part in the beginning is for me at least was reaching out to people, because there's a lot of people who say no. I'm sure you're familiar with that. It's like people
They want to
just-
see it. They want to see it.
Yeah.
Like, there's people that say no now, they're gonna say yeah later.
They'll say yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what happens, and now it seems like more people are a little bit more warmed up to it, and that's kind of what I wanted to ask you, is like, what's been the toughest part of the process for you, considering in
Shit.
this instance I'm looking up to you for this, because you've been doing this twice as long as I have. I only started this 6 months ago, and haven't covered nearly as much ground. You know what I
Our
mean?
thing, what we're lacking is something that you have, like
Hmm.
aesthetically. Like, we're done with the lives this year, like because we were going live so much. So going live, you see the fuck ups. Like the
Right.
fuck ups are right there. They're
Yeah,
right there.
I can't edit those
You
out.
can't. You
Yeah.
can't do shit. So
Like what's the fuck up?
like audio. Like sometimes the
Oh,
audio
yeah.
would go, or like
I'll tell you right now,
shit would be skipping.
going to your place, if you bought one of these, it'd change your life.
Word.
This is like $200.
That's in the studio.
Is it?
There's
There's one like
there's
this. Okay,
interfaces
I
in
was gonna
studio.
say there's something like this is been a huge help, as far as I think where the hang up is, especially with a lot of people who ask me, because I never even knew about any of this equipment until I looked into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Now there's a lot. Just fucking stay consistent, and then like I don't even know what else to say. Like legit, stay consistent. Just be you,
yeah,
because that's it. That's where the love is gonna come from. Because I've even had people that say, I don't even like what you guys be saying. I don't even agree with you guys,
Right.
but I got no choice but to respect you guys, and I feel like I have to tune in.
right.
Like, just keep grinding.
Right. Yeah, I know. It's like one of those things where at first, especially, it was like, who the hell's gonna want to listen, and who
Be
knows
surprised.
these people? Yeah, and you'd be surprised. I mean, a lot of people, especially what starts it off is the people who knew you like from high school and stuff like that. We had a lot of people reach out and like, oh no way, I remember them, I remember that. What are they up to? Type of deal, because it's not like many people you went to high school with really keep in touch.
Right.
So in a small sense, when you start doubting yourself, at least when it comes to making something like this, I feel like what's so important to realize is that network and buzz and hype, or whatever you would like to call it, can be created anywhere. It just takes, like you were saying, I would assume, consistency, right? And
Yeah. And
just getting involved.
Stay in their face. Stay in their face. Don't. That's the same shit. Staying consistent, because you can't. This is what we always be mad about artists when they'll put a project out and it'd be an amazing project, but then they don't do. There's no follow up. It's like, what are you gonna do? What are you doing with this? There's something else has to come after this. You can't put a good piece out. You can't put a good interview out and then not do another one ever again. Like, why would you not?
You can ride
keep
that wave.
Fucking going.
Yeah.
Like, keep going. There's a lot of people that I've seen that. Like, a lot of people started podcasts and they're no longer here.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That's I see it all the time. That, and I also see a lot of the hey, I'm gonna.
Oh my God, yeah,
Those
there's a
people?
shit ton of those.
I'm gonna, and it's like, sweet,
Yeah.
do it, man.
Fucking do it. If you got an idea, do it, man.
sweet.
Swing for the fucking fences. I done had a bunch of ideas I done tried and they didn't work. So fucking what? That's the one that you just don't do again. You're like, that's a lesson. Like, fuck it, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck it.
Like, anybody who's out there who's thinking about doing something, stop talking or telling people about it. Just do it. Yeah,
just
do it.
Do it, man. It makes you feel better too.
Just take Nike's
I know.
approach.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, remember that? Do it.
That guy.
Yeah, we were just talking about him. What a legend. But no, so what?
Fucking Shia LaBeouf. I wonder if he ever fucked Topanga.
What's that?
Should he fuck Topanga?
Yeah. Topanga, yeah.
Did he?
Wait, from what? From Fast Times? No. Wait, what are we talking about?
Wait, what did you say?
What?
Did you say Topanga?
I said Topanga.
Yeah.
From
Boy Meets World.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
from Boy
there
Meets
you
World. Wait, was that Shia LaBeouf?
That was not Shia LaBeouf, huh? That's
No.
not Shia LaBeouf? Who's that?
No, that was the other. No, but he looks like Shia LaBeouf.
What's that nigga's name? What's that dude's name?
Shia LaBeouf's cousin.
Shia LaBeouf's cousin?
No,
Jeez, I'm thinking holes.
What's that dude's name? That's not Shia LaBeouf? That wasn't him?
I don't even know.
That's him.
Oh, shit.
Am I crazy?
Oh, no, Ben Savage.
See? There you go. Shia
But he
LaBeouf.
looks
Same thing.
But he looks close. It's close.
Damn.
Dude, Topanga, though. My goodness.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Them lips. Does she look crazy now? Am I crazy?
I'm trying to attach a face.
Right now. You don't remember Topanga?
I don't remember Topanga. As soon as I see her, how do you spell her name?
Oh, Topanga?
What's her real name?
Danielle Fischel.
I wouldn't even have known that.
I'm looking at her right now. That's all I know.
That's
here we go.
Topanga.
Yeah, no, she's still. She's still working it.
Them eyes, man. Oh,
Yeah, no, she's still got the eyes. Yeah,
her
no,
eyes are crazy.
she's not changed. She is.
She can
Missed
get-
out on that
She can
movie.
get got. It was a show.
Yeah,
It was on Disney,
dude,
right? Or
Boys
some
Meets-
shit?
Yeah, Boy
Damn
Meets
it.
World. Yeah,
Nah.
dude. Come on.
Dude,
That's all right. I called him Shia LaBeouf.
I'll give it to you though. They look similar. Like, that's all right.
I could have sworn that was him. What's that like? What's that? The Mandela effect or some shit like that?
Dude, that's for
Oh,
real
yeah.
though.
You really believe in that shit?
I don't know, man, but when they were all when I found out that Darth Vader didn't say, "Luke, I am your father," that fucked me up.
Wait, what?
Wait,
That,
He-
I
what?
heard that, but is
He
that not?
doesn't say that
When? Where?
in the movie. He does not say that in the actual movie. He says, something.
No, you're
Nah,
gonna blow my mind. No, you're
I
lying.
think it's
You're lying.
bullshit.
You're
You
lying.
ready?
Did you watch?
Are you ready?
Did you watch the movie through and through to see it, or did you watch a clip where
Yeah.
they
'Cause
probably took that shit the fuck
It's
out?
always. It's like I don't know, man. Like because you start watching those things. It's like that gold dress, blue dress thing. You
Yeah.
start looking at it enough, it's gonna start being whatever color you're thinking.
Dude, no, I'm telling you
That's
now.
like what they always use the Sinbad movie.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna pull
yeah,
it
yeah,
up
yeah.
and
That
guys-
movie never existed.
Yeah,
It fucking existed. Like,
yeah. The one with the horse, right?
I don't remember.
I think it might have been.
I don't remember it like that. What is this? What are we watching?
I'm gonna get it right to the part.
No, I just want to hear the lightsabers.
I'm gonna find it, and you guys are gonna be like, "No fucking way." Like people have been years saying, "Luke, I am your father."
What does he
What the
say?
fuck else does he say? What else could he say?
If you only knew the power of the dark side, Obi-Wan never told you what happened.
I've never seen one Star Wars movie.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him. No. I am your father.
Oh shit! Yeah, he does say, "No, I am your father."
Yeah, he goes, "No, I am your father." It's not a huge difference. But
Yo,
from
yo.
from Luke, I am your father. And there's also like that song by Queen where at the end they do not say you're expecting them to say of the world, the song We Are the Champions.
Yeah.
Instead it just ends.
Yeah.
It doesn't ever say of the world. But
That's
a lot of
bullshit.
people thought it did.
That's bullshit. It does.
Crazy, right? I'll pull that up right now too.
No, I think you are. I think you might be right on that one.
Watch.
You are the
Okay,
champions.
so we can confirm that this is the song. We are the champions. So here's the thing, where I almost believe it's true is because I'm a little bit on the
that
side.
shit- so what does that? What does that mean? Like we
Okay,
be entering and
that's what-
exiting different
so that's what
dimensions?
I'm
That's what
gonna-
that's trying to say.
I'll tell you right now is I think it's a glitch and that it might prove the
We're
simulation
in a-
theory.
Yeah.
So the simulation theory means that obviously everything is just algorithm running and code and on a quantum level, obviously.
We're in a
And-
computer somewhere.
Yeah, and then every time there's a fuck up, the computer has to reset. So it can reset just about almost everything, but there might be certain residual like memories that lasted through that reset. So say like something really went wrong, the computer had to delete it and restart at that one point, which we would never know because all memories in time could be erased, and then all of a sudden we wake up and it's Sunday.
Is this how OJ got off?
How OJ this is how OJ got out.
That was a lot of salt. and love.
Oh man.
Oh wait, what is it? Queen?
Yeah.
We are the champions. And right at the end, right, we can confirm this is the commercial. 2 commercials. You can't watch anything anymore without 2 commercials.
Yo.
They think we don't know.
Oh no, you're right.
Your
I'm looking at the
video,
lyrics
baby.
right now. Yeah, the last line is just "No time for losers because we are the champions."
All right, I'm gonna just play the last.
But where do we hear these things from though? Like just people just be bullshitting?
And that's the
Like
end of
it
the
was
song.
here. See, that's fake.
Dude, I'm telling
But like,
you.
the group before, like, yeah, like I don't know. It's weird.
Crazy, right?
I was not.
So
ready
then
for
where do
this
we get that
podcast.
from? Where did we get that from?
Because in the song they go of the world,
Yeah, at one
but at
point
the
they
end
do
of the
say that,
song
they just
they
don't-
stop. They
yeah.
don't even say it.
Oh,
So it's in the song. It's just people don't
just
sing
not
it
at
the
the
right way.
end.
Yeah, people don't sing it the right way. It's
But I
kinda like a
also-
Luke, I am your father thing. I
Away
guess.
from the conspiracy side of things, I also think a lot of people just like telephone. You know what that game is, where
Yeah.
somebody will go like, "Hey,
That's
orange
why-
juice," and then by the time 10 people are at the end, somebody says
Banana.
"clown shoes"
Yeah.
or something. You know,
Yeah,
like,
it's totally different.
That's why the Bible's a little sketchy.
That's why the Bible's a little sketchy. Seriously, though. I mean, think about how long people have been reading that and taking it word by word. That's actually a really good conversation.
Taking things
There's, like-
out, adding things.
Yeah.
That's true, too. Yeah. How many times has it been rewritten?
And
Added.
New Testament, Old Testament. Yeah, you can go to the whole
yeah,
conversation.
Yeah.
It's a big ass game of telephone.
Kinda-
Fucking centuries over centuries. Like
The
come
echoes
on.
of savages.
And some religions don't look at the Old Testament versus the New Testament.
I
It's
know,
like,
like,
it's a
what?
whole It's really it gets really weird.
Just
with that
treat
shit.
people well. You'll be
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
You'll manage.
Man, so Mike, what's the plan for the new year as far as inappropriality goes? We were talking about for the culture.
Oh,
Where are we going with that? Is it all secret or we
Anything
got
you
to...
can
No,
share?
hell no.
Anything you can
Hell
share?
no. We are taking off. We are out of here, man. We're gonna be traveling.
No
We're gonna
way.
Be traveling. We're going
Where?
Everywhere. Everywhere.
shit.
We're gonna try to
Holy
book
shit.
interviews fucking everywhere. We're trying to take over New England, New York first, and then we're gonna head down south. We're trying to go. We actually have a show, or I'm sorry, interview booked next week on the 9th in Boston. I'm in the middle of a conversation right now with another Boston artist. That's gonna be another trip out to Boston in February for another one. We got a comedian in New York. We're gonna interview out there. Jay Dill just built a studio out in New York, middle of Times Square. So we got the space. So
Holy
we're
shit.
gonna be out in New York a lot. We're gonna beat that down, man. We're gonna be everywhere.
Hopefully
That's
shit
awesome.
opens back up. We were just talking about that too, man. That would be just such a plus. Because I'm sure you guys seem like the type who are. That's one thing I've like really admired about you guys ever since I met you is you're definitely the type you'll do anything anywhere, anytime, and that's apparent. Lee. No, appropriality. No, that was apparently that was I was trying to play it off. Remember that? No, but the point is that having that flexibility to do that gives you so many more opportunities. Because I had a lot of people run that by me, like, "Oh yeah, you should go to." I don't know if I'll ever go to a concert, but I could totally see you guys doing that. I mean, it's so your thing, and you have a much more of a.
I never even
like
thought about
crew.
that. That's an idea.
Right.
Bing! Like
Right.
we're going to concerts. Like we're going to concerts.
Open up. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to actually John Wash. He turned me onto that idea, and you could just set up a booth and literally have people come and go and talk, or maybe the artists that perform and do like podcasts.
Yeah,
Or
that's
go
a
to
fire
festivals
idea.
too.
Festivals.
That's a fire idea.
Yeah, Boston Calling.
Since you're
when
already
that gets
traveling,
back.
how are your travel plans oriented? Are you have like a van or what's the
We
deal?
renting it up.
Yeah.
we gonna grab a rental every time we go. But then we got a lot of people that in Atlanta. So I assume we probably drive to Atlanta. To be honest, and probably just drive there too. But that's gonna be one of the trips that we're gonna probably next few months we're gonna hit out. We're gonna hit out there.
Atlanta would be fucking sick.
Yeah, man.
That's cool. That's cool to travel though and be able to do interviews like that.
Yeah, we got to. We
Yeah.
got to.
I mean, just to kick off the new year. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more on how many awesome things really did happen in 2020. Aside from obviously all the economic and social distress, but the point is, like, if you were just level-headed and doing your thing, there was what most people lack the most in abundance, and that's time. And for a moment in time, a majority of the population, I feel like, had time. If you weren't freaking out and watching the news and frothing at the lips at the fucking everything going on, stay zen, stay focused. You covered so much ground in that time. Myself, at least, I if I could pat myself on the back, I was happy that I was able to even establish something like this and do some traveling and hang out. And the point is that if you wanted to, it would have been the best year to do those things for anybody. You know what I mean?
The creatives are winning.
The creatives are winning that year for sure, because everything's kind of on the digital platform now in a really big way.
And that's pretty much the point, though.
Yeah,
That's the point. It's like everybody has the ability to create a show or create some type of anything, really. It doesn't have to be this. It could be a cooking show. You could be doing nails or whatever the hell.
You're absolutely right. There's no excuse because there's like
Mike's favorite makeup videos on YouTube.
those are.
He's coming at both of us right now, right? he's like, wait, what?
Listen, man, that's a national pastime. But
funny.
You're right, you're absolutely right. Like between all of the different social media platforms, there is no excuse to be doing something on a really larger scale than whatever it is that you're doing now.
People's TikTok started booming.
Are you familiar with Elijah Bovin or anybody? No, he's a East Hampton artist, but he's like 35K on TikTok as of right now, maybe probably more. He just put out a TikTok that has nearly 1 million views. Like today, it already has 1 million views. So by the time this comes out, it could have more than that because it's freaking funny. He really doubles down on the Boston thing, like how do you pronounce Worcester or like get all the mannerisms of a Bostonian, and he does a great job. He executes that so well and portrays it really well as well. So as a DJ, what are the main focuses? What are the main responsibilities, and what's been like the biggest challenge for you? Because I'm sure there's been.
I mean, this year we didn't do shit this year.
Right.
There was nothing. I had weddings canceled and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as a DJ, I mean, you attack every event differently. It depends on what the event is. Like, I'm not about to play certain things in certain areas. Like at a wedding, I wouldn't go crazy unless the bride and groom were crazy.
Yeah,
and then we could do that. Then we could do that. Like, I always get that. Just wait till my grandmother leave, and then you could turn
put
up.
on that song. Yeah. Put on that song. Just wait for her to leave first.
But nah, I think that was a problem for the DJs this year. Not just myself. It's just everybody lost a lot of money because clubs are closed, bars are closed, like weddings are getting canceled, like baby showers aren't fucking happening, like
nothing.
So creating, I've seen a lot of DJs who's just going on live, going on Twitch and stuff like that as well, like just to try to have some type of revenue. Right. And just mixing, but I don't know, man. You guys saw what I did. I created for the Culture Fridays, but like I just can't stop. I don't know. I just can't fucking stop.
How'd you get started with that? Because just to dip in a little bit to your past, I mean, you were in the military for some time. Talk about that. You were a Marine for
Yes.
4 years. Was
4
it?
years.
Yeah.
I was in the infantry, 2-1 Fox Company. Went to Iraq in 2009.
Holy shit.
Damn.
Yeah, that was.
See, that's what I wanted to talk to you about,
Yeah.
but I know it's kind of weird. Like,
Nah, it's not.
well, I'm saying on your podcast to talk about you. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like,
yeah.
that's why it's like sometimes I'm a little
Reverse
withheld.
interview.
Yeah, like a reverse interview, because I was like, no way, you were in the military for 4 years and in Iraq of all things too. Because some people could be in the military for 4 years and be stationed in like North Carolina. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, talk about that for a second.
It was
Tell us
amazing.
what
it
you
was
can.
hilarious. Not gonna tell you guys everything. There's nothing crazy like that.
Yeah.
But nah, I had nobody in my family that was in the military at all.
That's just something you did.
Yeah, just randomly. I was going to Springfield Technical Community College.
Yeah.
I was
Shout
gonna
out
go
Stick.
there. I was
Heck
gonna
yeah.
go there for some wrestling, and then I didn't even get to make it to this. I didn't even get to make it to winter season. I was just like, yo, fuck this. Like, I'm out of here. Went to the recruiter station. I was gone 2 weeks later. Like, I had no idea. So boot camp was like, what the fuck did I sign up for?
What
Like,
is this?
Yo, like, what the fuck did I sign up for? I cannot believe this shit. But it was fun. Yo, shout out my coach, Darby McLaughlin. He was my wrestling coach. He was a fucking psycho. So, like,
That's probably a good thing considering
yeah,
where you end up going.
yeah. A lot of us actually ended up joining the military, and it was easy because of our training sessions in the wrestling
Oh,
room. Like,
shit.
it made it a lot easy. It made it easier.
It's funny you say that too, because we knew a lot of people who played football, and that
Yeah.
translated into a pretty awesome
Especially if you went to those coach
military
workouts.
career for them. We still have friends who are in.
I mean,
in the
that
military.
discipline shit is real, man.
Yeah.
So once you already have that embedded inside of you, going there is just like,
It's a game changer. Yeah.
it
no
really
thing.
was. But I mean, School of Infantry was, I don't know, dumb as well. It was just as dumb, just more classes, more training, and then once you get to the fleet, then that's when you get to actually live. I was stationed in Southern California, Camp Lejeune. I mean, not Camp Lejeune. Wow, Camp Pendleton.
Okay.
It
You
was
get chewed out for saying that.
yeah.
There's a big
Camp
difference.
Lejeune was for my School of Infantry.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so Camp Pendleton was amazing, man. I love California. It's my second home.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go. I don't think the West gets as much credit as they should. Maybe Cali does get a lot of it, but there's just Cali and the ones neighboring it, Nevada and Utah and Arizona, for instance, fucking some of the greatest places in the world, if you ask me. And they're all here in the same
Arizona
country. Which
sucks.
is,
Drinking out in Arizona is ass, yo. It's too hot.
it is very
It's
hot.
hot.
Yeah.
It
Hot,
depends on
hot.
where you go, because you can go to Tucson. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fucking
I was in it was, Phoenix.
hot. Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
I was
Phoenix would be hot.
dude. I was in
This time of
I was
year.
in
Yeah.
Phoenix. So when I landed in Phoenix in April. It was 103
It's fucking
Yeah.
in April.
Yeah.
stupid.
Went there in May, like a couple years ago. Shit was hot. Dude, I was fucking roasting.
No, I'm a fan of the high desert though. I was
Not
much
me.
happier up in
After you go to
Sedona.
Iraq, you have a different. You have a different.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
have
say,
a different
just-
perspective. Like,
Talk about that though. What the
Nah,
hell was Iraq like, dude?
I didn't shower for the first 3 months.
Oh, that's good. That's a
Yeah.
fucking rolling start.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I didn't shower for the first 3 months. 3 fucking months.
Dude, I can't even.
I don't even know why I brought extra boxers.
Yankees
Like, I
should
don't
have
even,
made a candle. 3 months no shower in Iraq.
yeah. We were up in South Sinjar at first. We were protecting the Syrian border, making sure no smugglers and shit like that was
Okay.
coming in. I don't even remember if we fucking caught any fucking
Yeah, I was gonna
smugglers.
say, was
I don't
there
even
any-
fucking- I don't even remember.
Was there
I don't
any
even-
conflict at all, or
Nah, nothing crazy. Nah,
never
nothing-
been like
nah,
gunfight or
nah,
nothing?
No crazy.
What was the marksman training like? I bet you that must have been fun.
Yeah,
some
I get.
regard?
I mean, it's like everyday thing.
Yeah.
So it's just
You
like
got used to it after a while.
Yeah, but at first, okay, I'll tell you this. At first, I had no weapons training prior to this. Shooting a rifle for the first time was like, holy shit! Like I could mow down a whole fucking city, right?
Damn.
And then I was once I got to the fleet, I got cross trained to be a machine gunner. So
Oh,
that's when
wow.
I started getting started working on the 50 cals and 240 Bravo and stuff like that. And then
That's gonna feel like
Mark
some fucking
19.
power.
the first
Holy
time I
shit.
shot a fucking 50 cal, I literally felt like a god. I felt like a god.
Dude, I
Like
don't
I
doubt
felt like a fucking
Yeah.
just you're just like
it. Yo.
You're like
you're-
Arnold
oh,
Schwarzenegger.
Oh my god.
I'll
You're
be
just like-
Bob.
Well,
And
the fact that
and
they
then
make
you
those
realize
rounds into a sniper rifle, now you have a fucking 50 cal.
them shits are like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them shits
They're
are like
massive.
this. We have a round called a slap round. I forgot what the fuck it stands for, but it's the projectile is tungsten steel. So the casing is all plastic. That shit breaks off and is shooting a fucking pointed
like a dart, kind of
yeah,
like.
it's-
A,
Oh,
it's
so
yeah.
that's tracer
armor
round, it
piercing,
gets, like, red
No,
and
not
shit?
tracer.
No.
It's a slap round. Like it's supposed to go through tanks and
Oh
shit.
my God.
Like it will.
It slaps, so to speak.
Yeah.
Would
Like,
literally.
them shits is crazy. Like
What is it? Explode on impact? Does it have like more powder?
no,
on
that would be an
inside?
incendiary round.
Oh my
Those
God.
are. Yeah, they do that. They'll blow up on impact.
Some of that shit is nuts. Those
So,
50 cal rounds.
what made you step out? 4 years, you were done.
It's fucking crazy. And then
Yeah.
the training and then dealing with some of the people. I mean, just military.
Hard
and then,
ass,
to be
everybody's
honest,
a
like
hard
there's
ass.
a lot of racist,
Oh,
a lot
shit.
of racism in the military. Like,
Yeah.
whatever the hell you are, like
They just fuck you up about it.
not even fuck you up about it. It's just like whatever stereotype you like. I'm black. I'm supposed to eat fried chicken. You're Chinese.
It's
you're
constant.
supposed to
It's
know
a
kung fu.
constant joke.
Whatever you are, you're supposed to fit in that stereotype. And they
And
let
they
it
just
be
constantly
known.
remind
Yeah,
you about it.
yeah.
That's lame.
It's corny, real
Yeah.
corny. And
Well,
then,
it's like
you
at
have your
first-
real racist people.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the actual racist people, because I think you're with a bunch of people from all across the nation. It's
Yeah.
not just like people from a city. Not everybody's from a city.
Right,
And
right.
everybody grew up around people of color.
Yeah, you get people down south, anywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere, just like, yeah.
Well, that's just it. You get somebody who's only seen one kind of human and put them in a place where there's lots of different kinds of humans. That's-
it's a culture shock.
fucking
It's
yeah,
a
it
culture
makes
culture
them feel
shock.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
real
It's a
quick.
culture shock.
It's a cool, and it's funny how they would handle it like that too. Like I could understand like if it's a joke, but then it's like the same joke. It's like, okay, yeah, I heard you the first time.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
All right.
But then I've also had dope ass conversations with people who were just like that, were racist as fuck. But then they get in that culture shock, and then they're like, "Yo, I can't even believe I even thought like this before."
Wow.
And then I've had like my parents wouldn't even approve of me even talking to you type shit.
That's moving.
And then it's just like,
and they were just totally changed around by it.
dude is my roommate.
Wow.
He ended up being my roommate for a little bit. So
Just
it's
fucking
like
some proud boy from Kentucky
yeah.
or some shit.
fucking Missouri. Missouri.
Hey, shout
like,
out, dude! I actually grew up in Missouri, but I grew up in a hippie commune, so.
Oh,
it's
word.
A
kinda-
little different,
Nah.
little different.
Nah, so yeah, like it was dope. So you get to have those type of relationships as well.
Yeah. Wow, dude. And so yeah, that kind of just added up after a while. So now here you are. Now, what was it that started the fire, the drive, the desire to start being a MC and everything?
I have no idea. Honestly, the podcast, how the podcast came about.
Yeah.
I used to just be the meme guy. Like
Okay,
I was a
okay.
guy that used to get blocked every other day. I used to get kicked off Facebook all the goddamn time from just the craziest shit that I was sharing. And I gained a following from that. People were like, "Yo, you make my day from the shit you share." I'm just like, really? Like, I just think this shit is dumb. I get it. If I think it's funny, I'm just gonna share it.
Yeah.
And then,
No, I kind of had happy that we became friends on Facebook because the shit you share is fucking funny. I will say that now.
and then after a while, I was just like, how could I capitalize off this? How could I turn this into something? And that's
Yeah.
where the name inappropriality came from.
Yep.
Like
Oh, I
we
gotcha.
get inappropriate, and
Yep.
then the reality aspect, we have deep, real conversations.
yeah.
So when we combine both of it, and it's just boom, and it just started in my
Run together.
kitchen, and then went to the living room, and then jumped house to house into the studio, and here we are today.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, dude. I've always wondered to myself, because it's a great question what you asked before. It's like, well, how do you make something of a meme? Memes so far are the hardest things to syndicate, because like you could make a fire meme and I could steal it, and people thought I was the one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sharing a meme almost gives you.
The
Like,
person that
that-
shares it gets more recognition than the person that creates
Right.
it.
Oh my god!
Right.
Like hardcore, which is almost now like the best thing about a meme.
Yeah.
Is that you kind of can really change somebody's day around by just finding a bomb meme and send it to them. You know what I mean?
Should be hilarious, yo.
Yeah.
Well,
People
what's
are
that-
creative as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What's the Instagram page? It's got super famous. Shit. They would just end up getting caught because they just end up reposting a bunch of other people's memes and stuff. But regardless,
Yeah. It definitely is a mood. That's how I felt about TikTok when it started coming out. Is that it took such a turnaround because it revitalized what Vine had initially established. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I wasn't really on either one of those things. I wish I would have fucking stayed on it though. I got it TikTok when
Yeah.
it first fucking came out. Like
well, Gary
years
V
ago.
that shit. Stay on top.
I know.
Of it,
I
man. You
actually bought and read Crush It. Like,
Dude, right. And it's like thinking about it, hindsight's so fucking 2020.
Yeah.
Because if you were to be on top, even now, I will say, even now, like I put small clips of this podcast on TikTok, and it's like I do almost no work. I get over 200 plays or whatever they call them, views, and likes and followers. the thing is, and back to Carla, she's algorithms my worst enemy type of thing. It's so true to the point where TikTok becomes such a great asset is because it has so little algorithm as far as it's just not congested yet, like YouTube or Facebook or Instagram in that way.
Did you watch The Social Dilemma?
Yeah.
On there, I think they were saying that the algorithms on TikTok forces you to they want to get you to 1 million followers and 1 million views as fast as fucking possible. Exactly.
Like and Gary Vee jumped on that. He was like one of the first ones to really jump on that the fastest, is because and it's true. You start producing content, those streams, those algorithm streams are not full yet, and like you said, they'll just pump it out. And you can all of a sudden randomly have a following. And that's really the point. Because right now, we're in such an interesting time in our lives. We're young. And it's almost, I feel like, it's got to be close to the peak of the attention economy. Because right now, well, what I'm saying is that there's more content on the internet than there are people to consume it. So attention is in demand.
Yeah.
More so than it ever has been.
Agree.
Yeah, it blows my mind how many videos are on YouTube.
Dude, it's fucking insane.
Yeah, I forgot what the fuck the number is. Like,
dude,
how many are being uploaded per second?
I came across that as well. I was just about to go there too, dude.
And
you couldn't watch everything if you from now until
trillions
eternity.
And trillions of terabytes.
You cannot watch every second of all the content that's on YouTube.
They said it was like some wild statistic. Like if you were to try to download
500 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every
500
every
hours,
every minute.
500 hours of content.
Imagine
that's fucking
I would
insane,
love to just go to fucking YouTube's headquarters.
People watch over 1 billion hours of YouTube videos a day.
Fuck.
1 billion
are
hours
consumed a day. A day are consumed.
Wow. I love analytics. Numbers blow
that's
my mind like that.
Insane.
I contribute to that.
Me too. Because I watch podcasts. Like I watch podcasts.
I just fall in the random holes of random.
Well, somebody asked me, why don't you just do it on Spotify? It's like I've always loved the video version of it more. Like when I'm listening to yours, I watch it.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather just see you guys talk.
I like the
know
interaction.
It's kind of silly, but I think it contributes more to the organic aspect, and what a podcast is sort of a conversation that you feel like you're involved with that you're not, and that's the best part.
Yeah.
If you can't see it, there's a small takeaway, but again, covering the base of if you're driving, fine, it's on Spotify too. But the point is, like, if you can watch the conversation, it feels even better.
Word.
Yeah, and it's a good conversation when you're listening to it, and then you start like interjecting into the conversation, even though you're just watching.
Right.
it.
Dude,
Like,
I'll watch podcasts as I eat.
Huh?
I don't know why. Like but I like it.
I'll be outside mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
With headphones in, on YouTube. Every now and then, just
watch it. Yeah, just see what they're doing.
Yeah. Like, oh shit. Like I'm not on Spotify when I'm doing shit or doing yard work and stuff like that. I'm still watching. Just gotta watch. I like it.
Dude, that's crazy. What was it like? How much is collectively the internet, data wise? Like how much?
There's not another YouTube though. That's the thing. There's nothing like it.
Right? No, but well, actually,
I think they're. I mean, no way. Facebook is trying to compete with YouTube.
Yeah,
right?
But they're not quite like YouTube.
Like but there's just it's now a video platform.
That's what they're all going. Like they know the video. The video seems to be like. At the end of the day, the video is just a thing that's going to keep you there longer because it's a time frame. Like, as long as the video is going, they know you're going to stand there and look at it.
And it's attached to the advertising and everything like that.
They're also trying to keep up with TikTok. It looks like too, based on like how Instagram is.
I know. I can't believe
YouTube is winning, man.
Yeah,
YouTube is going to be on top for a very fucking long time.
Hey, man, I'm all for that. I actually cheers to that because I hope it is. I
upload a show like in a day or two.
I like YouTube for that purpose, is because it still retained the original video platform. Like it becomes officially official, I feel like, when it's a YouTube thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're watching, like who's gonna watch 2 hours worth of a podcast on Facebook? I just feel like it'd be awkward.
My shit's on Facebook. People do.
No, but I'm saying like no, but I'm saying like you put it on YouTube.
Yeah, afterwards I'll rip it and put it on YouTube.
Exactly, like the live. That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart because how many people are on YouTube at all moments? Like you can scroll through Facebook for hours.
Yeah, you got to go to YouTube to search for the content that you want to.
Like
such
you
a smart
can do
move.
YouTube Live, but it's not as easy. Facebook.
You got to have. We actually started on YouTube.
What was the
YouTube
thing with
Live? They changed it. You have to have 1,000 subscribers to go live now.
Oh,
and we ain't
wow.
got that. So
Oh, wow.
go subscribe.
Yeah,
So go
seriously.
subscribe to Inappropriality Podcast on
All
YouTube.
links are always below, guys. No, but seriously, because it's really worth getting into
And
the
we're at
scene
like
here. 'cause
400, or close to 400, like 390,
yeah, you guys
380,
have
something,
so many.
shit like
They
that.
have so
Killing
many
it.
subscribers.
That's awesome.
I think that's not shit. I'm trying to get into the thousands.
I
Like,
know.
I mean, yeah, grand
Well,
scheme of
let's.
things,
But once you
still.
get to
Trying.
1,000, that won't be shit.
I know it's not gonna be shit.
But that's a good
to
state
get
of
to
mind.
10K,
It's a
you
state.
know what I
It's
mean?
a state of mind to have.
I want to get one of
though.
them plaques. I be seeing in people's
Dude,
fucking bag. I'm trying to get one of them plaques.
I would love to get one of those plaques, man.
I forgot how many hours. I seen it. They
Oh,
sent
I
the thing.
can
How
tell
many?
you.
How many I
I've
put up? How
yeah,
many I put up on YouTube?
I
forgot how
checked
many hours it's
recently,
on
so
there.
if you want to become a partner, you need 4,000 watched hours and 1,000 subscribers. But that 4,000 watched hours needs to happen within a year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's go.
But
we
it
got,
will.
we
It'll
got,
happen.
we got marks to hit, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Makes it kind of fun, though. There was quite a shift. It's interesting. I was watching this video with David Dobrik. Are you familiar with that kid?
No.
He gives people cars and shit. You know David Dobrik?
Yeah, I've heard him before.
He's got like 20 million subscribers on YouTube.
He just gives people's cars.
He just gives because all he has to do is go to a car manufacturer and be like, "Hey, can I have one of your cars? I'm gonna run a promotion for that car to give to somebody for free." And the reality is, especially with a YouTube star who has 20 million
You said
subscribers,
straight to the manufacturer.
yeah, you can just go to anybody because think about it. Think about the if you really size up the numbers that these broadcasting stations get, it pales wildly in comparison to YouTube. Like big YouTube stars, like David Dobrik, for
Yeah.
instance. It's not even close. Like even Joe Rogan's podcast.
Joe Rogan's
No,
the fucking guy.
People don't listen to the news as much as they do in the numbers that they do for Joe Rogan's podcast. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
There's nothing more consumed in a Joe Rogan podcast.
No, he is the godfather. He is the goat of podcasts, and that's the reality. So when you then have and so Joe Rogan has had 10 million. You can actually let it spill on the table because it's carpet. When you have 10 million or 20 million subscribers, all you need to do is say that and then talk about the car for like 3 weeks or some shit. That pays for the car in total. Because cars, if you really think about it, on the grand scheme of things and what these people are getting paid, a brand new car is like what, $30,000, $40,000. It's really not that much compared to what that kind of that kind of ad revenue would cost you. Like if you could get Inappropriality, if you could get David Dobrik to shout out your podcast to 20 million people around the country.
That's something similar to that, but on a lower level, because there are promo pages and stuff like that on Instagram.
Really?
Like Say Cheese. Say Cheese TV is a perfect example. Like they have one hell of a fucking platform, and artists send them stuff all the time, and to just put it up, and they get more followers,
Wow.
more views, more everything. So putting this podcast on things like that, or just start looking, or even reaching out to somebody like that, or any type of fucking influencer. Just
No
try
shit, that's
to
good
see,
to
even
know.
if it fucking costs fucking $50, $100, whatever, yo. Even if it's gonna be worth it,
Right.
if they ask for it. If not, I know somebody who just fucking linked up with somebody who was on the 85 South show recently, and it's just dope as fuck just from reaching out and making contact, and he sent him a drop for free, like for free.
Wow.
Like out love. So you never know. Reach out, make these
Well,
contacts.
that kind of goes back to just how powerful the whole system of the attention economy is.
And like
Networking's
just big. Networking's huge.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Huge.
Reach out, man. You never know. Even like with this Boston artist A West, like she's fire. What happened with her was Mac Way. He's well versed with the music. Him and Carla, they both are.
I was looking at his stuff too. Shot Mac, dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely
insane.
the best artist out. But
Insane.
he sent me her page and was like, "Yo, look at this video." He just sent it to me just he was just like, "Yo, look at this chick. Like she's crazy. Like she's ratchet. Like she's crazy. She's
Right.
wild. She's out in Boston." I didn't even take 2 seconds. I was right in her DMs, just like, boom, yo, I think
Yeah.
you're fire, blah, blah, blah. I love this video. Can we work?
You know what's
And we're there next week.
That reminds me of one of my favorite parts. Have you ever read the 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss?
No.
It's another great book. I mean, anybody who's been, enthralled with the financial life of things. But a part of the book that really shined the brightest to me was when he was talking about, because he did these seminars, or maybe he was a teacher or professor at college for a little bit. And he's a big finance guy, right? 4-Hour Workweek is obviously in the name. He's all about becoming, a remote worker, get paid whenever, with whoever type of deal. But the main point, or not the main point, but the best part of that book was he was talking about this experiment he would do with his students, and he would have them reach out to people who inspired them. And this would usually entail celebrities or people in the public eye, type of people who are difficult to get a hold of. And that's one thing I've noticed has been kind of a fun challenge, is reaching out to people who you'd love to have on, or reaching out to people who are in that same scene. Because a lot of the time, like what you did is a fantastic example of that. You saw who it was, you wanted to meet her, and you did what had to be done. Because a lot of the times people are like, either doubt themselves or not do the homework as to how to meet that person.
This comes back to the point we were saying earlier. If you have an idea, just fucking do it. Either one or two things are gonna happen. Either you're gonna fucking hit the ball. Sometimes it could be a fucking home run. Sometimes it could be a fucking triple.
Right.
Sometimes you swing and miss. Sometimes you swing and miss. But you know what you are. You're in the same position you're currently in. Nothing fucking changed.
Right.
Nothing fucking changed. So go at something else. Keep trying. Keep fucking trying. Keep swinging.
Miss 100% shots you don't take.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's the funny thing is people will have that fear of not doing it because they fear failure. And what failure is them not getting to do it.
Like, but failure is success.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Where they are right now before doing anything is exactly where they fear to be. It's like, get out, You know what I mean by that?
Right,
like,
yeah.
it's kind of funny.
Like I said, like I feel like I don't feel like I know aesthetically, like this podcast looks better, like packaged better than how Inappropriality has it. Like, but
well, that means a lot.
We know, oh my God, you guys look at it. We don't have this type of camera. This camera's fire. Look at this one right here.
There's a good
camera. It's the camera that does right there. It's the camera.
It's the camera. But you can
I'm
buy that.
pretty, but I'm beautiful too. But it's the camera.
Yeah, but still,
that's
like,
$1,000 probably
but
by
it's
now.
It's understanding. Like we're so far.
Okay, all right. Chill out.
We're so far ahead of where we were when we started. Like I said, we just keep chipping away, man. Just keep chipping away. Keep grinding. Those things will work itself out.
Dude, it's so true. It's so true, and it's with everything, man. And it's funny because I feel like it's worth mentioning as well that in the event that you're doing what you love, especially when it's not the career or the doctor, lawyer, Taylor Sailor type of fucking job.
This is the wave.
Don't let people, because people will start going like, listen,
this
people,
is the wave.
Right,
these are the careers
exactly.
Right here,
people
man.
will start going, doubting you on that. And I want to say, I think that's a good sign. Because when people know you're serious, they'll either be encouraging or they won't. So know that both those things are good signs.
Mm-hmm.
Like they gotta be. Because why else would anybody worry about you if there's no fucking chance that anything could come of it?
I let everything feed me.
Exactly.
You love me?
Yeah.
Oh, word, I respect that.
Exactly.
You hate me? Oh, I'm gonna make you hate me even more. Like I let everything
Bring
feed
it
me.
on, man.
I let everything feed me. I always turn everything into something, some type of positive. I have to, like, I gotta turn that energy around, man. I believe in the fucking universe.
Yeah.
I believe in the universe.
I believe that too. I actually came across a bomb TikTok. So that's been my favorite thing about that platform, is that there is some extremely good bits of information on there. And one of them was this guy who was talking about atoms, and it seems very arbitrary at first, but the fact of the matter is that everything is 99.9% empty space, and what makes things physical is just electrons. So if you're to get it on that level, so my point is that everything's sort of made of the same substance with the same amount of distance and whatever. Long story short, it's like there is no way to differentiate on an atomic level where you begin and the universe ends. It is one process occurring. So think about that for a second and take that into account when you're realizing what it means, like what you just said there, that the universe provides, the universe has its way. It's because you do.
Yeah.
And there's
Mike,
no
what'd
difference
you put in
between
that Guinness?
Listen, it's a Guinness. It's a Guinness. A little acid in here, chill.
little drop,
a little bit.
Like Jimi Hendrix, I put strips of acid in,
Headband,
in my hat.
Yeah,
Is that true? Is that
He
a true
did
thing?
that.
Is
That's
his
actually
headband,
that's a fun that's a fun fact. That's actually true.
dude is crazy.
You looking that up?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, I'm looking it up.
Big-
Yeah,
big-
let me know what it comes up with.
Because
man.
I've always been hurt. I've always been told that.
No, I heard he does that, and while putting on the performance of a fucking lifetime,
Yeah.
which blows my mind.
Drugs.
Right? You would think, somebody is so comfortable with themselves and reality itself when you can be on a stage in front of like thousands, maybe millions of people, and just completely change the course of reality with your talent, like Jimi Hendrix did
Yeah.
on acid.
I don't know, man.
Imagine that, like, and couldn't imagine how much there was in there. How
I never
potent
did
it was.
acid. So
I've never done acid either.
I don't know. I did shrooms like a couple
Same.
times,
I honestly,
And this was this past year for the first time.
what was that like for you?
The first time
What
I
was your
felt like I
experience?
could have took more.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck. Like it was just cool. Like I was in my basement and then like the pillows on the couch guys a weird ass color pattern.
right, the movements.
Like,
the-
oh
the
my god, I
patterns
was
of
like,
the
I
move-
just kept staring at it, like, well, she's fucking, it's fucking with me. It's moving, it's wavy, but I feel like I could have ate more. I ain't see nothing. I ain't trip
That's
balls.
just it.
Like,
It's
I
because
didn't do none of that. Like, I was
the
it was just
fear
wavy.
mongering associated with drugs really makes drugs look and feel like shit. Not like shit, but like you're getting ready to see rainbows and unicorns. But
Yeah,
I mean, at
I
least
wanted to.
from my experience, the best you'll see is the movement of patterns. Like this table is running, you know what I mean? Like along with these grooves. But I think one of the most fascinating things about psilocybin, which is the active ingredient inside shrooms, is that it's finally being considered for actual clinical trials for people with like PTSD
Yup, I was
and
just about to say that shit.
and anxiety and depression, because a lot of the times, and what psilocybin does that these like serotonin uptake inhibitors don't do, is that it changes your mind in a way without compromising the chemical integrity. I mean, it does it for a certain amount of time, but your brain is also geared because it has psilocybin receptors. So eating shrooms isn't unnatural. Eating LSD or Percocets is, you know what I mean? That's the point.
Yo, I was terrified to take shrooms as a kid or a teenager when people was messing around. I could have, but I was told as a teen, like, they're like, oh, you know how people always say they see things dripping? I was told that was blood dripping in the back of your eyeballs.
Oh my
I was told that shrooms
Jesus,
makes your brain bleed, and that's why people see things dripping.
Dude,
and I was like, what, really? So I never fucked with it. And then Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I'm watching Joe. He's always DMT this, DMT that. And then I got buddies. I got a bunch of friends that trip all the time. They have shrooms all the time. And it's just like.
Dude, people microdose. Like,
and then
it's nothing.
I see that too. Like, I see people doing it like every day. Like,
yeah, just a couple. Just a couple.
What the fuck?
No
It's
big
like,
deal.
this can't. Like, I had to have been told some bullshit.
Yeah, I did.
So let me try this.
Yeah.
Let me try this shit out. And I feel like I still haven't had that crazy ass experience. The first time it was only a couple grams, and then
Yeah,
I
you
just
gotta have
haven't-
like at 4 grams.
Yeah, I haven't. It was nothing crazy. Like each time, it was dope. I enjoyed it though.
I think it's
I'm
just
on more.
really- Long story short. So hit us up. You know where to get it. Contacts below.
DM me.
DM me. Everything's
Yeah.
below, guys. So if you guys, I was just saying. No, but seriously, it's like I feel like an old man when I went to driving school. In the book that we had to read to do the test or whatever the hell it was, marijuana was labeled a hallucinogenic substance. I'm like, that's a lie.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, let's be honest.
I know.
Listen, I've smoked a lot of pot.
I'll be smoking.
Yeah, like
I'll be smoking.
you gave me some edibles that
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now. He goes, yeah, these are weak. I usually have like 2 or 3. Oh no, you said you had a whole pack. I had 1 square, and I was high for 6 hours.
They were like 75 milligrams a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my tolerance is low. But my point is it was very high, and I did not see anything. Like the concept.
I'd probably be eating a couple of
Yeah.
those. I'd probably be eating a couple
Yeah,
of those.
yeah. Well, listen, his
Smoking
nickname is Leather Lung. All right, so
what
he's
the fuck is that?
Let's just say he smokes like a chimney.
Leather lung.
his lungs are smoked. No, but the concept of this hallucinogenic thing has been so sensationalized to be like, I suppose if you were schizophrenic or mildly
Yeah, you
schizophrenic,
need to stay the fuck away from that
shrooms
shit.
not good for you at all. But
Was it Oregon just passed it, right? Was it Oregon?
yeah,
Oregon?
well, believe it or
Forever.
not, there's been extremely positive, conclusive studies about making every drug legal. In Portugal, believe it or not, they did that, and the incarceration rate went way down, the death rate went way down.
This is the United States of America, man. Yo, I feel like I do. It's tough. It's tough. I don't know. I see both sides. I don't know.
Oh, I'm not saying it's gonna work in
I-
Oregon, but I'm just saying
we'll
that.
see. We'll fucking see.
Put it this way: think about like where people would end up going being caught with marijuana. You get caught with
Yeah.
marijuana, you go into a place with murderers and rapists. What the fuck,
Yeah,
dude?
that shit's crazy.
Like that's like getting put in jail for cooking a steak. Like you literally are doing something to consume for yourself and nobody else, and it has nothing to do with anybody else.
I can't. Stand
You go to
it.
jail,
I can't stand it. I love weed so much.
right?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
It's
why
it's crazy
this way.
that it's taken this long for any decisions to be really made on it.
It
What is
really
it?
was tobacco and big pharma, like way
Oh,
way
it had to have
back
been.
when,
Yeah,
way
it-
back
absolutely.
when, because everything was made out of hemp at one point.
And I think it was the logging companies too, because they were in competition for paper and
Yeah, 'cause
rope.
You can make better ropes out of hemp and also better paper too. It's more sustainable too.
You gotta look this up. Was not the first car made out of hemp or ran off
Oh
hemp?
yeah, dude, that's a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was, and it's crazy because the substance, the polymer that they can make out of hemp,
It's crazy hard. It's
Crazy-
It's tough as fuck.
it's stronger than steel and like 4 times lighter. It's fucking insane, and it was illegal at one point in this country not to grow hemp.
Yeah,
because
in 1941,
yeah.
Henry Ford showcased his ultimate product with the potential to have changed the environment. A car made entirely out of hemp and could run off of hemp fuel as well as vegetable oil.
Yeah.
It is the most industrious
And
plant
we don't use it.
in the entire world, and we don't use it. Well, I think it's been finally legalized to be grown industrially for the first time in the last presidential term, because the obviously the plant itself has been verboten for I don't know fucking how long, and now I was thinking to myself, like, I remember when I was a kid when I first, well, not as a kid, but you know, I was like 18 or whatever when I first smoked weed, and I was like, man, this is like a
Allegedly.
miracle plant. Allegedly, I was like 10. No,
They say aliens brought it here. It's the only
dude,
plant.
it is the wildest
It's the
thing.
only
if you
plant that
really
does all the shit.
It
that
does
it does. It's
everything.
fucking
It is a fantastic food. It is so good for you to eat, like the seed, the oil, and then the oil has just as many, if not more. So we use actual petroleum oil to create a lot of things like synthetic polymers and thread, and even medication. A lot of medication is based off of petroleum products, like pills, prescription medication.
Well, it's all synthesized anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you can obviously eat it; it's not going to be bad for you. But my
Blood
point is that
everything.
the
Like,
molecule.
any gas? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, honestly, dude, the molecule is so fucking is so malleable. You can do almost anything with it. And it blows my mind that it's taken this long to be like, all right, I guess you can smoke it. Like you can be
I mean, it makes
drinking
sense, man.
and killing people because you're drinking too much for I don't know how long. You
It
know,
makes sense. It makes sense. Makes perfect sense. And when you got tobacco industry, but I feel like people are
as I drink.
going away from the tobacco.
Yeah.
I feel like I really do. I feel like less and less people are smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, cigarettes have been on a hard downward spiral.
They're fucking
Yeah.
gross.
They
It's
are.
a big thing, and it's a big pushback. Like even I'm big into like F1 racing and stuff, and like back in the day, early 2000s and stuff. It's crazy in racing in general how much like cigarettes and tobacco companies were prominent to the point Marlboro, Winston was the main sponsor for NASCAR for the longest time, and like then as years went on, especially with like F1, they like totally were gone.
Military is
yeah.
really bad.
Yeah,
Military is really bad. You feel like you have to smoke cigarettes.
My argument for that all
I
the
feel
time.
like every friend we know, just about every friend we know that's been in the military smokes.
I
cigarettes.
smoked
mean-
cigarettes while I was in the military.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate them. I hated them then. While I was buying them, I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing this?
Dude, Australia is funny because it costs like $30 a pack, and
Yeah.
on the pack
Fuck.
there's pictures of like cancer-ridden
Oh,
people.
they're very
Disgusting. They do that actually in Portugal. I
Yeah.
went there for a wedding.
There's a lot of countries actually that do that more and
How
more.
was that? When was the last time you went?
I went actually 2018. I went for a wedding. My cousin got married. My whole family lives over there, so fucking.
What did I
bomb.
say? What did I say? What did I say?
What's
What did
that?
I say? What did I say on the podcast? Oh, obrigado. What did I say?
Yeah, I
That's
know
how
you
I
said.
it.
You said origato.
Oh, some shit. I said some shit. I fucked up.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, they're pretty close, but it's so funny because it wasn't until this year somebody said origato. I'm like, shit, that's so close to obrigado, and I never even made the connection before in my entire life. It's mad close. No, but being over there, they also do the same thing. Their cigarette packs have like cancer-ridden people on them. But you know what's funny is that cigarette smoking, and I was telling my friends because most of our friends, as we were just talking about, smoke cigarettes and or had smoked cigarettes for the longest time. But cigarettes is the only thing that you can do that affects the people around you.
Oh my
Like
god.
if you don't smoke cigarettes and somebody's smoking a cigarette around you, guess what? You're smoking cigarettes too.
Shit is
Like
so
it's
gross,
disgusting.
yo.
It's like it's this constant off gas or exhaust that you kind of have to linger in. God forbid you're
Go
in a
lock
car.
yourself in a go lock yourself in a garage, yo.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck out of here,
Yeah,
yo.
like
And
damn.
just fucking inhale all those fumes, man. Go ahead.
And it's
fucking pass away. That's what you're doing.
it's really not that productive of a thing. Like it's one thing to smoke weed and get that psychological.
Hey, don't get it twisted, yo. Smoking weed can be very unproductive as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yo, but
Well,
I,
no,
I,
but
I
there's,
smoke. There's a difference. There's people. I don't know.
there's more going on chemically when you smoke marijuana in a good way. Like you're changing your mind. Physically, you're changing your mind.
Yeah.
To that sense, with the cigarettes, like,
But that shit will make people lazy as fuck.
oh yeah.
It
Well, that's
can.
why I don't smoke it.
I be
Too
often,
yo,
too
what?
often. I smoke
I am
sometimes.
the king procrastinator out this.
Yes,
Hole. Like
yes,
I be
that's-
procrastinating like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Oh,
But
yeah.
like I really do smoke to do things. I'm like, damn, I gotta go do this. Let's roll up, smoke one first, and then let's go attack this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I assume there's a lot of people like that as well.
Oh my God, I know so many people who
Like, yeah,
honestly,
I'm like, yeah, right.
it's
Yeah.
all preference. It's all like because I know people like for instance our friend Paco. That I mean he smokes sometimes. I probably should, I don't know. His name.
His name is. That's what's about to happen.
Anyways, you know who you are. You're definitely not listening. It's cool, but I love you. He's my workout partner at the gym. He's he's probably one of the best electricians in the Northeast, to be
just
honest.
throwing him under that bus.
Yeah.
Just keep it
I'm
going.
gonna tell you though, he's a very productive guy. He can smoke anytime he wants. You know what I mean? Like for
Yeah.
me, if I'm smoking, I'm like, I gotta make sure I know who I'm gonna be around and what
With
I'm gonna do
Mike,
for
you
the
have
next
to
3 hours.
plan it out like a week in advance.
Because
For real?
dude,
Yeah.
well, because I'm the guy who's like,
He's got to make sure he's got the day before,
You
take care of it
bring-
the day after.
Bring me outside on a clear night when I'm high, and I start talking about space for hours.
But that's fine.
I know it is fine. I love it.
But that's fine.
Yeah.
I love space. You want to hear some deep shit? Like,
Yeah.
yo, the dopest shit in Iraq, like standing on post in the middle of the night,
Oh.
there's no light resolution.
And there's
Oh, so
probably
you're
high
just
elevation
clear
up
as
there.
You
huh?
fucking see so many stars. And then mind you, like probably like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'm not sure what the fuck
Do you
time
want
they do.
another
Like they fucking shut off all the lights and whatever the hell. Like we was in Cop Hit. I didn't explain. After we left South Sinjar, we drove down south to Cop Hit, and we were there for the rest of my deployment. And then standing on post out there, you could see lights in like whole city blocks at a time, just.
Oh,
like,
they just shut the
Oh, that's
city
gonna be
down
crazy.
like that?
all
yeah.
everything. It's black, and we're in the fucking
Wow.
desert. So usually the stars are.
Yeah, because they get like rolling blackouts and stuff in some of
Right.
their cities and stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there's
gonna be
amazing. Honestly, I try my very best to remind myself how fortunate it is to live in a country where like you can always count. I mean, it's the simple things too. Like granted, we could talk about a million different things that suck, but the fact that every time I hit my light switch, the lights come on, like that almost never happens.
We abuse water, man.
Dude, water.
It
We
appears,
abuse-
You go to a grocery
Water.
store, there's always food in there. I got you.
It's tough, but like Americans are spoiled as fuck.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
glad you have that. I'm glad you have that and have that understanding. But I didn't. I probably wouldn't have had that understanding unless I went to Iraq.
Well, that's just it.
But you Portugal.
I've been to Iceland.
So,
I've been, I mean,
but you got the experience though. You understand those type
I
of.
like watching and movies and documentaries. The point is, and I made this point before, is that most people don't know what it's like to live in this country because they've never left.
Yeah.
How would you know? And you
Right.
do. You would probably have an even better outlook than I do because I've never been to a country like Iraq. I mean, I've been to first world countries.
Nah, it's definitely eye opening. Like these guys don't even understand the concept of toilet paper.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
Wrap your head
Look at
around
the
that.
mic.
I
There's
said that
people-
to somebody. I go, imagine going to a country where the bathroom isn't something you plan in your life. You do not have that option.
I don't play in the bathroom in my life.
But it's like legit, like it really was eye opening. And then coming back, Americans are spoiled as fuck. We complain about the dumbest shit. Even
You're right.
controversial.
You're right. It's
Like,
not controversial, dude. Fuck that. You're
because
right.
What's controversial is like the people that get treated the worst. I'm talking about the worst of the worst in the United States has a better life than people in those type of countries.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like it's an absolute fact. Like I've seen it, I've known it, I've lived it. Like
There are people. Well, like
there's
when you say people get tortured or kidnapped, you just go, "Oh, that sucks," but you don't think about that.
Like they're experiencing a war in their country. Like
Yeah.
that's
Like,
that alone. is
really
something
being
amazing.
a
tortured on the
fucking
street or
never-ending
Yeah.
war.
Yeah.
Like I think about that with just like any war we've been a part of, like Vietnam War. I mean, World War II for an example. Like people, like I can't imagine having just this army roll through like your city or town and just like totally.
it's not a reality
over.
we even know.
Yeah.
No, it's not. And then people be like, yo, fuck them. And it's just like, nah, yo, if I was them and any country, then imagine. Right?
Those are people. Like,
right. Not even that. You're an 8-year-old boy.
Right.
Right. You're an 8-year-old boy. And some country comes over, try to save the fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
They destroy
Superman.
everything.
Yeah.
They kill your father, your
That's
uncles,
called
your grandfather.
collateral damage.
What the fuck do you think that
Right.
8-year-old boy is gonna grow up to be?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not gonna grow up to just be a doctor. And live
doctor?
his life
He's
and
not
have
gonna
him-
give
no.
two fucks about the
No.
United. He's going to want revenge. He's going
Yeah.
like you look what you did to that man's family. Look at
Well,
that
think
little
about-
boy's family.
How easy it would be to convince him to retaliate.
It's not even. There is no convincing. He already
Right.
has that embedded in his
Yeah.
head.
He
There
just
is no
needs to know there's
convincing.
other people out there that feel like him. And that's
Well,
it.
Yeah.
flip that on us. Imagine your family gets bombed. Wrong. We missed. Sorry. That you know what country did it, and you
Mhm.
and today you knew your family, and tomorrow they're gone. They're a crater. You know what I mean? Like that's a fucking pill to swallow.
I feel like America being the world police, we shouldn't be.
It's.
Yeah.
I agree with
I
that.
think it was
In the
Eisenhower that said that.
We are. We
yeah,
are.
it's been
We
declared.
are.
I mean, we can-
Eisenhower, Roosevelt
ever
might have said
since
it back in the day.
since Vietnam, I think. What was it that we could have anybody anywhere in the world in
We
90
have
minutes?
everybody all across. Like there's mules, there's ships in oceans right now, docked in countries. There's things going on in movement just in case something happened. There's mules. Mules are boats in the Navy. The Navy, the Marine Corps is the Department of the Navy, so
Yeah.
the Navy carries us around, right? So like there's Marines in the middle of fucking all oceans, all around these countries, like just posted up right
Yeah.
now.
Shit.
Right now,
Indian Ocean, just ready
just
to go.
chilling.
Yeah, you hear
There's-
stories about that, like North Korea talking shit, and then we go, oh yeah, and then it's like there's a fleet.
It's constant.
Yeah.
It's constant rotation. We're everywhere.
And
Americans are fucking everywhere.
And not to mention all the military bases on top of that. we
Here's
have
what's weird
everywhere.
about
Yeah.
it because you don't realize what you're in. Like you guys ever see? This is a weird comparison, but you guys ever see watch the Avatar: The Last Airbender?
No, I never seen it.
No, you've never seen.
I've
either?
seen parts of it. but back
Anyways,
in the day.
You well, I'll just go off of a different example. But what I'm trying to say is that you don't know what kind of threat your country poses because you live inside of it. So sometimes that's kind of weird, where like we think, oh well, we're keeping the forces of evil out, but there's also a country who thinks we're the forces of evil. So what's that mean?
Because we are. We done faked things to end
Yeah.
up in those countries. Like it's common knowledge.
Right, exactly.
Like it's not. Everybody knows the government.
Though there
these
is,
people.
I
is,
guess,
like-
in some instances, it is a positive that like we're able to keep countries like North Korea in a sense at bay because that what's going on in there is pretty bad.
I mean, but North Korea in itself is so fucked up and so poor within themselves
Yeah,
that they couldn't even handle a
a
real war.
Yeah, I bet.
They couldn't.
I've always been like fascinated.
We would
it's not the word.
fuck North Korea up. Yo, okay, we would fuck North Korea up all the way the fuck up.
I do
all
have
right?
a feeling like somebody's like,
Like-
can we please just drop a few nukes?
Yeah, no, we would fucking destroy them.
It's funny because it's like again, amazed isn't the word, but like it's crazy that a country like that has been able to keep itself intact for so long as a
I
country.
have
Like
no
I don't
idea.
understand.
They're not
what they're-
intact.
They're
They're not
China.
intact.
right.
They're
It's
not
probably
intact.
China. You're probably right. Like, like where are they getting any
But
resources?
how intact
Everybody
is China?
hates them.
Yo,
right,
okay,
you're right.
so like we only have 2 cities with that crazy amount of people, New York and LA.
Mm.
They have I don't fucking know how many. How
Probably
can you,
like
can you look that
100.
up?
Yeah, but
Can you-
Yeah,
how many cities got like
Here, keep
the
chatting.
population?
I gotta pee. Do you gotta pee?
Nah,
Okay.
the populations of cities in China, because they're ridiculous. They have like quite a few of them would have
Oh, it's
20
ridiculous.
million,
They have like people on
100
top of
million.
people.
Yeah, it's fucking it's ridiculous. And then
Yeah, Shanghai 23 million people, Beijing 18 million, Tianjin 12.8. Yeah, it's like the top 6 on here are above 10 million.
and we only have we barely have that. It's just LA and New York, and I don't even think they're that high. I think I think New York maybe 20 million.
Let's see. Yeah, New York. Yeah, New York is the top with 8.6 million.
8.6 million. Wow, I was
Yeah.
way off.
Yeah.
I was way off, but I knew it was up there.
Yeah.
I knew it was the highest. So what's LA?
LA is 4 million.
Word.
Yeah. But like, I mean, to your point, like the difference is with China, like they control their people way differently. Like they, to the point where you can't just get on a Facebook and see like someone's opinion from a different part of the world. Like they can completely restrict what their people get to do.
China's a different war now.
Yeah, it's
They're like that would be the only country that I would be like, all right, this is about to go the fuck
pop
down.
off. Yeah,
It's about to go the fuck down because not only do both countries have the technology, they have the bodies, but to be honest, I don't even know their mentality because I'm just so used to us and like I'm on this side of it, so I know the
Yeah.
savages that we
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
So I know the savages like as individuals down to the unit. I understand, especially our SEAL team. Like they're fucking amazing. I actually got to work with some SEALs in Iraq.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, hell yeah.
that's pretty dope.
I didn't do anything but watch phones.
Still though, yeah.
But still, like, the dopest shit about the SEALs is like, I was in the Marine Corps infantry. I think the Marine Corps infantry is the baddest fucking fighters force in America. You want to take over a country, you go fucking send the Marines.
Yeah.
Marine Corps infantry. We're gonna go fucking
They're the
take that
boots
shit
on the
fuck
ground
over.
first. Yeah.
You want to go kill a specific individual?
Yeah, that's some
You wanna
SEAL Team
go-
6. Yeah.
Yeah, man, them guys are bad ass, yo. Like secret ops type shit. I'm talking about shit you see in the movies, like for real, for real.
You know
So
who
my-
Jocko Willink is?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude's a fucking
Oh,
badass.
savage.
So like, check this. Marines, we'll go do all this savagery, but we're in flak, Kevlar, like
Oh, yeah,
like
load it out.
we're in all our gear. We're
Yeah.
in everything. Like I'm talking about eye pro, ear
Like
pro,
you stand
gloves.
out. Like yeah.
Like yo, we you have
You're a
to.
soldier.
You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
you can't go out without those
No, you
things.
need it.
Like you can't. These Navy SEALs would go out in a tank top,
And just
cargo
That is
shorts.
serious?
Yeah.
No
Not
vest.
even. Yeah.
Like pistol on the hip, like nothing. Like
Grown out beard. Just
nothing. They don't give 2 fucks. No protection at all. They're just
Maybe
like,
a helmet if
we're
they're
just-
feeling.
no, nothing.
Damn,
nothing.
Dude, that's crazy.
They're just like we're bad. Do something.
Fucking
I
savage.
Now,
try,
what do you think?
try me.
What is it? Just the level of marksman?
Man, it's
It's a
it's a
mentality.
whole different level. Like I consider myself a fucking freak athlete. For as small as I am, I could do a lot. I'm
Yeah.
an infantryman, did a lot of crazy training.
Well, you seem like you're
I
built
cannot
well. Like,
pass buds. I will not pass.
did you try?
that.
Did you
No,
consider
no,
it?
No. Hell no. Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck even trying to be a SEAL.
Yeah.
Like fuck that. Like I'm not putting. Fuck that. Like there's a reason why those guys are
Where
them
they
for
are.
a
Yeah,
reason.
yeah. You
Like
have to
that-
be-
Yo, those guys are different.
Well, have you ever read "Can't Hurt Me" by David Goggins?
No, David Goggins is another guy.
Savage.
He's fucking-
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
yeah.
he's another
Mike,
one.
I'm telling you, you'd love that fucking book.
Word.
It's a good fucking book, and it's a sick read. But it's to what you're saying, and to the fucking T, because you realize that buds has very little to do with
It's all mental.
physical strength.
It's
It
all
has
mental.
more to do with mental, because they
Fuck playing those
try
games.
to they try to break you down to the point
Well, I mean,
where
if
you're.
you read any book, like another one that I like that Jocko's had on is John Stryker Meyer. He was in the Vietnam War. He's in the SOG teams, which are Special Operations Group. You want to talk about some crazy motherfuckers? These guys would go in with like 2 clips of an M16 and like a couple grenades and like being like coming out of the jungle in like canopy of the
God.
jungle. Oh my god,
Did you guys? There's a new series on Netflix. It's called Medal of Honor.
I haven't seen it, but
Gotta
I've
check
seen
it
it.
out.
Yeah, I
Oh,
watched
where is it?
Yeah, looks
Netflix?
good.
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect. I have Netflix. I'll
I
check that
watched.
out.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, "What is this?" Hit play. I watched all of them.
Mm.
I mean, that's just I'm not sure if I love those type of stories.
Yeah.
I could physically
Documentary
like
type.
Yeah.
yeah I could
like documentaries a lot.
understand like the move, and I could just feel it. I could just feel it. And I couldn't stop fucking watching it. I couldn't stop watching it.
There was another one too. Not recently. A few years ago that I really liked as well. But there was another show I liked that was about the guys. Forget what group it is, but they like the medevac choppers and stuff in like Iraq.
Yeah,
The groups that try to get like medevac guys out in Iraq and Afghanistan and stuff.
I haven't even watched that. That's interesting. That
yeah,
there's a lot of
that might have been on Netflix for a while, but that shit is crazy.
Blackhawks. Blackhawks, man, the army like that's the credit. That's the only credit I give to y'all motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Y'all Blackhawks are everything, yo. Like y'all, they really do. They really be coming in. They be going crazy.
Restrepo. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, word.
From 2010. Yeah, it was about the Afghanistan war, and it was about these soldiers stationed in. They're stationed in like on some mountain, like an operating base on some mountain or somewhere in just Afghanistan.
Yeah, and
and
they
like,
were
you
getting
just-
bodied.
Yeah, you just watch with the shit that they go through, and like that, I don't know, that shit's crazy. Because they're up on a mountain, half time they're getting attacked, and you can't even see the people that are attacking them.
Is that the one they were in like in a bowl? Like they were like in low
Yeah.
ground, and they were surrounded.
Yeah, they're getting surrounded.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot I had this fucking hat on. I forgot I had this fucking hat on.
That fucking hat's hilarious. Oh my god.
But yeah, that stuff, like, I don't know, like, I like watching that stuff too, because I don't know, I can't imagine what it takes to be like someone like that, and so I just have the utmost respect for like someone like yourself or anyone that can just.
Thank
It's
you.
it's really
Yeah.
honestly to put yourself in it. What was the mission when you guys were out there? By the way, what, like,
We were just
primarily?
legit.
Just protecting the border.
Smugglers and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
but we was in. See, that's the thing. When I say 2009, it seemed like so long ago, and people think like I was in the shit of shit.
Yeah.
2009 was the end of like it was going
End of
towards
it.
the end of it.
Yeah.
Like if you hear somebody say I was in Iraq in 2003, 2004,
That's
2005, you're
yeah.
like, oh,
That's
Yeah.
Ramadi. That's
shit.
like, yeah.
You're like, fuck. But like 2009, like, we was hearts and minds then. So like I said, when I first went up there, it was just protecting the border, making sure nobody was smuggling anything and shit like that. But then once you went down to Cop Hit, it was it's a city base. We was just shaking hands with locals and trying to keep
Yeah.
the
Forget what
peace.
Jocko
But
said.
the
There's a
peace
term.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
How was that? Like, did you
peace
have to
wasn't
learn
there.
some of the language at all? Or
Yeah, man. I mean, they tried to make us fucking my staff. This guy right here. I have a tattoo. It says "Legends Never Died." Thomas
he
Saunders.
passed away,
Yeah, he actually passed away.
or did he get?
Nah, he
was it
passed.
combat.
No, which is crazy because you would think it was that
Yeah.
because he was that Marine.
No
Like
shit.
he would be the type you would think.
That's pretty honorable. You put
Yeah.
it on you like that.
Why Marines get their name is because of this guy?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
when you
like
think
that
Marine,
guy.
you think of Thomas fucking Saunders. Like
shit.
this is the best Marine I ever fucking worked with. He actually died. It was he died in a helicopter accident and a fucking Black Hawk coincident. Like he died in the black training in Florida with a couple
Oh
with a
my
few other Marines. It made
God.
national news. Like I'm not even sure. I want to say like 5
That
or 6
happens
years
more
ago.
frequently
I've heard
than
that.
you
Like
would
I
think.
hear that now. Like not all the time, but it does come up.
It's
I
just
feel
like I could like to the point where like it hit me hard because I understand the type of guy he is. I could see him freaking out, yelling at the pilots, like screaming at the fucking pilots as they're going down. Like he's blaming the
shit.
army as
How
they're
well
going down.
did you know him? Like, how long
Man,
were
like
you under him?
look, like every single mission that I went out on, every single time we went out, we left a wire. I was with him. I was his gunner. Like he was my vehicle commander. I was his gunner. I was in the turret on the gun every single time he went out. And he was a staff sergeant then. He died as a master sergeant. Passed away as a
Jesus.
master sergeant. So he was I mean, he did his thing.
Damn, man, that's crazy, dude.
it's crazy. It's training.
And then you
too.
know what's even stupider about all this shit? Right, training. I know, man, it's not even stupid. It's actually sad. This is why I don't play with mental health at all.
Yeah.
I know more Marines that died of suicide than Marines that died in combat.
Really.
Yeah, I've known.
I've actually heard some fascinating shit about stuff like that. As
Yeah.
far as the psychological battleground. Like it was a headline that was oriented in that in
Legit.
that way. Like there's more people struggling or like you said dying from suicide than there are sometimes on the field, depending on what's going on. And it's mostly
It's hard.
just the lack of, and that's actually the basis of this guy called Michael Pollan. He's an author who is sort of the front runner right now in promoting psilocybin to be a clinically used substance for people with PTSD and anxiety.
This is
and
new to
depression.
me. Like, so, like, I'm interested in understanding how they're trying to use shrooms or even fucking MDMA, because I hear that as well.
Yeah.
Like, with them trying to use fucking MDMA for PTSD. I just smoke weed. I done fucking been to
Yeah,
a
weed
million
helps
therapists.
a lot too.
I done fucking been to.
Weed's been like one of the best so far, but what I think the disconnect might be, and this is again not my words, this is Michael Pollan's, but the effect of shrooms on again, we're going to talk about somebody, for instance, who isn't schizophrenic, because that's not good. But if they're PTSD ridden, anxiety ridden, or depression ridden, the effect of shrooms or any psychedelics for that matter
Is it fucked up that I want to see somebody that's schizo on shrooms?
Yes.
Is it fucked? That's fucked up.
Well, do you know anybody who's schizophrenic?
Nah.
Then there you go.
There you go.
It's
Yeah.
kind of weird because they're already kind of like off, so it helps to. I mean, if you know that, then it's like maybe nah.
Damn
Well,
it.
there is videos, or maybe they took them down.
That
but
movie Split would be real, huh?
Yeah. Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
we were talking about this before, but with like the LSD trials, they were giving cats LSD and
Oh, yeah.
fucking all kinds of different animals LSD.
Can we talk about Manson real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, Manson. Yeah, coming from.
Wasn't they not? What was that? What was that? What was that? What was
MK Ultra.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
it was.
He's
There it
from
was.
the. Yeah, he's originally allegedly.
Dude, that's
they
what
say
they
he's from
said.
MK
Fucking
Ultra.
got Elijah. No, not Elijah. Sorry. Shia LaBeouf got involved with.
I think
Really?
I vaguely remember.
Remember, there was a conspiracy like Project Butterfly or some shit, and they had like certain not Vietnam, but they had certain veterans and certain celebrities on this fucking.
Yo, we've been talking about this guy all day. Do it, yo.
Shia-
That's
yeah.
We've been talking about this guy fucking all by Shia LaBeouf.
But I'm saying, like, because there was a weird drop off, and there's this little conspiracy that
Shia
his
LaBeouf
mind
podcast.
was being
Yeah, I know.
controlled. I mean, it's funny because when you say, "Oh, his mind was being controlled," dude, like you're already put off as a fucking conspiracy theorist.
Yo, but these
the-
things are real though.
Yeah.
What's what I'm saying? Because if it is real, all of a sudden you're not so crazy. That's the fucking. I call that the Alex Jones effect. You could say 10 things that are dead on. You know that fucking guy?
Yeah, man. That
And
guy is fucking,
he's whack, right?
He's a
He's
oddball.
crazy. But that's what I'm saying. He'll say 20
He
things.
has been true about something.
He'll say 20 things, and like 10 of them, 15 of them are right, and 5 of them are
I'm not giving a
wildly
guy
wrong.
credit for being right once out of every 50 fucking things he says. Like,
That's
you're
the
like,
thing,
yo,
it's
if you
like-
keep
yeah,
spitballing shit, you're
it's-
gonna be right every now and. Hey, yo, what is it? A dead clock's right twice a day. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's that clock. Like,
No, but anyways, back to Michael Pollan and his assessment of what happens to the brain when you do psychedelics, especially for people with PTSD, is that the effect of PTSD and depression and anxiety is when your mind starts to take to the same neuropaths, and that's kind of the issue, is that your mind is sort of like a ski slope, right? And those grooves get deeper and deeper as the skiers go down. So it's more likely that the skiers will go down those groups, and those grooves rather are the issue in the first place. So what psychedelic drugs do usually is they put a fresh new coat of snow down so that those grooves change and that people do not have or carry out the same neurological paths or neural waves or whatever the hell they call them to produce the same thoughts or PTSD or anxiety, because it's anxiety,
I can
PTSD,
see
depression are all symptoms of executing the same pattern of thoughts consistently. And it's not a specific thought, it's more of just a way of thinking, really. And psychedelics help mitigate that.
yo, I've been to therapy for years, right? I ain't never heard no therapist say this shit right here, yo. And this
No.
is the dopest shit ever. That was
Yeah.
a great fucking point.
Right.
That
and
was a
I
great
blew
point.
my fucking mind.
It was a great
And
point.
and I think to myself all the time, because I haven't done shrooms in over 10 years now, and I'm thinking, well, I'm
And
probably
over
shit.
5
Hey,
minutes.
I'm trying to, hey, you hit me, and I'm trying to, you know somebody that
Links
got the
below.
fucking, I'm trying to be Super Mario out this hole.
DM me.
Yeah.
Yo.
Next thing you know, Mike's gonna be like jumping twice as
I
high,
know.
shooting fireballs out of his nose. You know, when he got like the wild mushroom or whatever, the flower, and you could shoot fireballs
Oh,
out,
yeah,
the
the
original
fire-
Mario.
Yo.
Dude, but seriously, and it's something to be considered, and I think for the first time ever in history, we're witnessing it being considered in the psychiatric field, because it hadn't been before. Where now, like, really the front runner of everything is prescription medication, and it has some benefit, but
It destroyed lives.
the point is, sometimes it destroys people's lives because when you put in serotonin uptake inhibitors, that's kind of whatever they call it. That's the drug essentially they give you, and what it does. You're forcing your brain to take certain measures to change its chemical composition. Where shrooms is a great example because your brain is already geared to take on shrooms because there are psilocybin receptors inside your brain, just like there are THC receptors inside your brain. And people don't take that into account and how organic that process might be to carry on
There's
without
THC
repercussions.
receptors in every animal on the planet.
Yeah, and well,
Damn,
it's
what the fuck was I about to ask? Go
any
ahead.
spine, any animal with a spine.
Damn, I had a question. I had a
Damn
fire-ass question. I don't remember what it was.
Was it about shrooms? Was it about?
It
If you
was.
want a good, going back to MK Ultra, if you want a
MK
really
Ultra?
good
Go ahead.
documentary, Wormwood on Netflix, I have to say is really
Is
good.
that?
I think I've
still on
seen
Netflix?
that. I think
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen that.
I think it's
Wormwood?
still on Netflix. Wormwood, yeah, it's
I think
really
I've seen
good.
that.
It's about Frank Olson, who was like he was part of like the MK Ultra project, and then like he randomly died, and they chalked it up to a suicide, but then they investigated it, and like he fell out like a hotel window, and they looked into it. Yeah, it's super good. It's
Wow.
it's really good.
Yeah,
Not to
that
go
shit's
back down the
crazy.
conspiracy hole, but I had to.
Dude, I love
Yeah.
conspiracies.
It's a great movie.
I love conspiracies. I mean, the thing is that the information that most people get comes from one source, and it's
What
like,
is this QAnon shit?
oh, I don't know. I heard it's
It's-
something to do with like people in political power, like kids,
from
right?
What
Has
I
to do
get
with
from it,
kids
it's just
or-
bullshit. It's people that have kind of half read some conspiracies and not fleshed them all out, and so they've kind of created their own conspiracy almost.
I don't even.
But it's not based on any like factual shit. Like half the stuff I see about it is just like
that's probably more of an
it's
Alex Jones
basically
thing.
it's kind of but even worse because it's like one dude named Q who posts about this stuff and people just eat it up what he says, and supposedly what he says is truth for whatever
That's it?
reason. Yeah, he's
Is this a John Smith
So
or
let
is
me-
this
Yeah.
are we're gonna have a bunch of Mormons?
Let me
Yeah.
tell you something. Let me tell you something though, because
Yo, damn.
yeah.
My bad if you Mormon.
dude, wait, who is Mormon these days?
Go to
Like,
Utah,
Yo, you'd
you'll
be
find him.
surprised, yo. You'd be surprised because
Utah's got him.
Utah's got him.
yeah, Utah definitely
true.
like yo. They ride up in your little bicycle, they fucking suit, and, like they little
Black.
That's
white
why they say
shirt and
Utah's
black
one of the
suits.
nicest places because of the
It
Mormons.
really is, man.
I'll tell you, a legitimate conspiracy that's probably not so much a conspiracy, but because things have moved into this realm of the digitized era, the what the hell is it called? The attention era, the attention economy with the social media platforms and everything. So other countries recognize that. So maybe this is a conspiracy, but I have been trying to veer away anything that's been confirmation bias to my own biases, because I recognize that, one, the algorithm wants me to see those things versus seeing the points of view from the other side. Two, because I also am fully convinced that there are people outside of our country also supplementing the
Oh, that's not a
social-
conspiracy. That's a fact.
yeah, like social media, so that way you're thinking like, oh, these people are in cahoots with these people, and now you're starting to think, it
Russia's
was
been a
China,
big-
it was Russia, it was, and so then you start to develop a political opinion that resides on the left or the right based off of these things.
Oh, some people would be surprised how much their opinions nowadays, especially political or whatnot, are
Mhm.
based totally off of someone in another country just feeding them information and them just sucking it in.
Okay.
It's scary.
We have to talk about this algorithm shit,
yeah,
right? Because what people don't understand, people complain about the algorithm, but the algorithm is your fault.
it is. You're absolutely right.
What you click on is what that bitch is gonna feed you.
One comedian Ari Shafir did that. He looked up only dog videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Just got dog videos.
But it's an absolute fact. So
Yep.
if you're complaining and you're bitching about what you see, it's your fault.
Yeah, you're
It's your
absolutely
fault.
right.
It's
Yep.
your fault.
It's so important to recognize that you are living within your own echo chamber in that sense, and that's kind of what that
I forgot. Somebody
social
I guess,
dilemma has taught us.
like somebody did an experiment or some shit like they traded phones with their wife or some shit like
Yeah,
that,
it was
then
impossible
and
to-
then went through
scrolling
each other's
through
Facebook,
sucked,
and
yeah.
it's just like you're like I'm not entertained by this. The algorithms on all social media is there to keep you on that app.
No, my
So
friend,
they're gonna
friend
fucking-
said that to me. I was scrolling through mine, and she was like,
They're gonna feed you what you like.
"Your feed sucks. She
Right.
said that to me
Yeah.
out loud. I'm like, well, I don't
Well, this
know.
is what I like. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
my shit.
Yeah.
I click
Yeah.
on these things. This isn't for you.
Yeah.
So so if you're complaining about the algorithms, understand this is your own doing because that shit has a brain of its fucking own.
Yeah,
And
like-
it's gonna feed off of what you're telling it to do.
It's scary because you don't even realize it. Like I pay attention to it now more since the social dilemma. Like when I go on YouTube, like if I've gotten in a hole lately of whatever it is, boxing or like racing to some degree, I go back on the next day to just the homepage. It's all like racing stuff, and it's
Yeah.
just like you don't think about it. It's like, oh well, I'll just watch another video, and you don't even it like prevents you from even thinking about, oh, there's other stuff I could watch.
But it gives you your interest though. It's
Yeah.
dope in that sense though.
Yeah.
It's feeding you what the fuck you like.
But it's bad because it also makes it so I'm not going to search. I'm just going to watch this video because it's right here.
I mean,
it's-
YouTube is
yeah.
different. If
Yeah.
you're-
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it definitely is.
that comes down to to what I was saying before is that confirmation bias, where there might be an opinion that resides on the side that you oppose that you should see.
Yeah.
Like maybe somebody does make a good point that contrasts your overall opinion, and it could make like shit. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be like. For instance, we were talking about like people being fucking racist. What if they got a video that was like, listen, everybody's the same, and probably woke them up to like not thinking of things so shallow.
But the likelihood of that racist finding that post
And
isn't going to
changing their
happen
mind, but-
because they're clicking on all this
Exactly.
fucking crazy
Jordan,
alt-right shit. Like
current philosopher and psychologist Jordan Peterson made that point that I just made. There.
they will
It's just-
never know
he'll never find
until
it.
you have those conversations, like I mentioned
Yeah.
earlier as well, like with the Marine who
With
was-
somebody,
who
yeah.
was thrown in that situation. You ain't got no choice but to have a conversation with me.
And it's just
You have no choice.
Yeah, and it's like less likely nowadays you're going to have that conversation because now everything's geared about going online and talking to people that are like-minded. Like Reddit is full of it. That's all Reddit is. It's just people
I never
that are,
dove into Reddit crazy, but
it's-
Yeah,
I've
neither did I.
I've heard like horror stories. Like
It's good and bad. Like there's some good stuff, but there's
Yeah,
some
I know.
crazy shit. There's some crazy subreddits.
I don't even understand what is it. It's just
It's
a
a
platform
blog.
for people to just
It's a
to
blog,
just
isn't it?
blogs. There's
About
different posts
fucking
about
anything?
Yeah.
from like I follow. There's a few video games I'll follow, so I like it because some people post some like interesting stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. Though I've
Yeah.
never even been on it.
It's a like I don't know, but there's some areas that are cool. So there's like some really cool like
that shit is fucking
the worst.
defective.
fucking-
You gotta get your money back.
no, I think this one's the same thing too. Fucking, well, that kind of works.
Anyways,
But there's like a short story section actually on Reddit that actually like there's some people have gotten like book deals and stuff and gotten popular because they've written good stories.
yeah.
But there's also some really bad.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It runs a spectrum on Reddit. It
That's
runs a
pretty
spectrum.
cool.
Yeah, but that would be dope as fuck, yo. I'm just gonna write like that in itself.
There's some really good
I wrote,
stories on there,
like,
too.
Just a random Joe Schmo. They're random.
Just writing something.
I'm gonna write this article. Boom.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got a fucking publisher hitting you up.
And there's really good. Like I was reading one story one day and on
That's
Reddit
dope.
on a subreddit, and I'm like, I couldn't tell if this dude was telling a true story or if he was making it the fuck up. Because there's some portions that I'm like, this seems unreal, but then there's other portions like this totally seems real. Like it was just really well done. Like, and it was just right on Reddit.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
But that's also the bad thing to the internet
Yeah.
is it keeps like-minded people together.
well. You see that already have happened for the longest time with television, and that's why television has lost its. I feel like it's lost its popularity in a sense, but I'm also slightly convinced that more people now are like tuning into the TV, and last year was a fantastic example of that. But last year was also a perfect storm of
How
that.
so? I don't
Because-
think.
because
people
if-
are putting Netflix on their TV. People
Yeah,
are
not live
putting
TV though.
YouTube
Yeah, I
on
know.
their TV.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying, but here's how they're influenced. They're not influenced maybe by just the program itself playing at 8:00. It's the morning news, but what they're programmed by, or at least influenced by, is the narrative that the news initially portrays. So that narrative then goes into the YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Netflix. So then you're now watching the same, or at least an off take of that same of narrative.
I don't see that.
Well, it comes down to, in other words, like, what's a good example? I don't know.
I don't
Like,
think nobody gives a fuck about the news.
it's funny. It all depends on who you're around. Because,
it's
for instance, I'm
generational thing,
around a
too.
lot of.
Yeah,
you're right. Because I'm around a lot of people that do, and it's like a constant like, fear type of thing, and that trickles down, I think, into a lot of different avenues.
Those news anchors crack me up. They're the most
They're
fakest
crazy.
people
Oh,
on
they're
the planet.
Yeah, they are.
They're the
Nowadays,
most fakest
literally
people.
nowadays, something, and this could be good or bad, doesn't matter. But if something happens and I find out about it, I Google it and then I just look at the different articles that are posted on Google from there. Like
Yeah.
I just look at different articles,
Yeah.
just see different perspectives, and go from
But
there.
I'm saying they do
Yeah.
a good job of even capitalizing on those. For instance, you remember Elon Musk was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Mhm.
So when Elon Musk went on Joe Rogan's podcast for the first time, we all remember
Yeah, you got in trouble
remember
for smoking
the-
weed.
yeah, the
He wasn't even good at it. He didn't do it right.
He didn't
I know.
even smoke it. He didn't
smoke
inhale.
it. This
He didn't
guy.
inhale. So he was like, takes a puff, and
Allegedly.
CNN and MSNBC and all these other fucking news conglomerates going on there. They buy up the search engine space on YouTube. So now Elon Musk gets trashed on the Joe Rogan podcast. Elon Musk is highly inebriated and stoned. All these things. You have to go down about 10, 12, 20 fucking videos to find Joe Rogan's podcast with over 10 million views. Where these other ones are like 100,000, 10K.
Well,
See, but that goes to the algorithm to you.
That's what I'm
because-
saying,
because
that
I'm
you
not.
can buy
I'm not
that.
seeing that. I'm not seeing that. I don't
I'm
see
saying,
that.
Yeah.
Oh no, do it right now. So I'm just telling you,
I
it's a
don't
fun
see that.
experiment. Type in Elon Musk on YouTube. The last thing you will see, or not the last thing, but it will not be the first thing you see, is actually
My shit, so this is
yeah,
check
do
the
yours.
algorithms right now because my shit will probably pop up. YouTube.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So in YouTube, I did it before because I was like really suspicious of it, and these news conglomerates totally fucked up his shit, and they even diminished his stock by an exponential amount just by slandering him over fucking national news.
Yeah, I think YouTube now it seems like they've taken it down because it's all just relatively positive stuff.
Oh, you're right. It's the first one now.
I don't know, but it probably your phone also probably heard you talking shit about it.
Nah,
So
you're
we
probably
can
right.
we can go to that. We can go to that too
Shit.
because your phone be listening.
No,
Yeah.
but Mike, you do have a point. It's like more people are apt, unless you're a fan of Joe Rogan, more people are just apt to watch that clip that the news posts about like Elon Musk just taking
Smoking
that puff,
pot and
rather than like them trying
But
to
we're
figure out the
talking
problem.
about no.
And
but
I
we're
work
talking
in
okay,
East-
but
I look-
numbers wise,
Yeah.
Yeah.
more people watch that podcast
Yeah.
through
You're
and
absolutely
through
right.
than people that watched all
Yeah.
of those
Yeah.
news clips combined, probably.
True.
So it's like,
But
what
they
are we talking
they
about here?
can-
We're talking about the majority. The majority of people don't give two
Right.
fucks about those news clips. They
Right.
probably, matter of fact, the people who probably watch that Joe Rogan podcast, probably the ones who watch the news clips are like laughing at the shit.
That's what I'm saying. And but
At
here's
the
my
power of Joe
perspective.
Rogan.
Yeah, the power of Joe Rogan. It's funny because I work with people. I work in East Long Meadow, so you can already attach that.
Mhm.
So now that I got people that you hear about Elon Musk getting trashed, I'm like, what? When? On Joe Rogan's podcast, on the podcast, he was getting wasted with some. I'm like, what the hell? I watched that into its entirety
Why do
because I
people
love
care about Elon Musk any fucking way to
That's
that,
what I'm
to that
saying.
point?
It's like,
This
dude,
guy's
the
fucking
guy's
sending people to Mars. Come on.
moving mountains. Like,
That's
give
what
him
they
a
do.
break. If
It
he
just-
wants to get stoned and high, let him.
These people don't even give two fuck. Like,
Like, what
he's
the
not. He's not a
fuck?
politician. He's just an
Well, then
innovator.
it was a whole thing because he had some clearance
He's
in the
our-
Navy or something too, and they said because he was doing that, like he was going to lose his clearance because he was inebriated on a podcast. I don't
He's
fucking know.
today's Nikola Tesla,
Yeah.
Dude, he really is in
and
a big way.
why we should be embracing this man? Like
That's what I'm
I
saying.
do. I love. Give me a fucking.
no,
I want to
I'm-
buy a flamethrower.
Dude,
Fuck.
I'm a big fan of
I mean,
Elon Musk as well.
It's not a flamethrower
No, it's not
It's
a
not a
flamethrower.
flamethrower.
It's not a flamethrower.
Isn't that what it's
because
called?
those are
Not a
illegal.
flamethrower?
Yeah, because those are illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a flamethrower, but it is.
And he got away with selling so many of those because it's just a blowtorch with a nozzle, pretty much, or some shit.
It,
Somebody had one around here. They were shooting videos with it and everything. Got arrested for it.
No way.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Everything's illegal in Massachusetts.
Shout out the guy. You know who
You
you,
know-
are.
You know who you are.
who you are.
You know who you
I don't
are.
gotta say your name. You know who you are.
No, but that's what turned me on to all that is the first time, and that was more recent to when that podcast aired, is when I searched Elon Musk because I was hoping to listen to it or watch it because I listened to it on a really long car ride. Me and friends go. Sometimes during the summer, we'll go up to the White Mountains and do some hikes. And we listen to the podcast on the way because it's a 3-hour
I
fucking
fucking
drive.
wish I had friends. See, like I'm
Dude,
so
I'll
I'm
hit
so
you up.
surrounded. I'm so surrounded with musicians and everything. So they're so musical oriented. I listen to podcasts and watch podcasts
Yeah.
more than I listen to music as a DJ.
Yeah.
I'm so.
Well, there's different values. The thing is, with music, is a very deep thing because if you think about it, it is the most popular thing in the world, and it resonates within
So
each
far.
and every one of us.
This podcast is taking over. Man, I'm telling you. Bro.
Yeah, you might be
taking
onto
over,
something.
man.
Well, that's just it because your thirst lies more within the realm of knowledge, and that's what a podcast really provides you with: is knowledge and insight and experiencing what other people experienced. Because where else besides a podcast can we get to know Mike Torch for 2 hours? Where? Nowhere. No, and you're gonna read a blog about him. Like most people don't
Yeah.
have the time. You can drive and listen. You can eat and listen, but you can't.
I couldn't do that.
Read
with my,
and
couldn't do that
cook
with
at
my
the same
peoples.
time.
We listening to new artists. We trying to like that's them though. Like what are we listening to? We listening to music like
Yeah.
this Boston trip. Like this Boston trip on Saturday. Like it's gonna be the three of us. I'm certain we're listening to local shit the whole way. I'm certain they're gonna try to put me on
Dude,
some
blow
shit.
their minds. Put them on a good podcast.
I watch. What podcast do you watch?
Aubrey Marcus has a great one. Joe Rogan's obviously.
Yeah.
Aubrey Marcus is another one.
Joe
I listen
Rogan,
to.
I don't know if you heard of him. He's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
up-and-coming podcast.
One of-
Who?
He's a small.
Yeah.
He's an up and comer.
Up and comer.
Yeah, Roe Jogan.
Roe Jogan.
Roe Jogan.
And Fighter and the Kid's another good one.
I
Oh,
watch Fighter and the Kid. I mean,
It's on its way down
it's
because no
not
more
as-
Brian Callen.
yeah.
dude, I like it. See, this
You
is
like it a little more now?
I like it a little
The two
more
guys
now.
that Shab
I haven't
has on
gotten
are
a
good.
chance. I'll
I'm
give it a
not a
Shout
big-
out Malik.
Yeah, I'm
I've
not a
been-
big fan of Shab though.
You're a big
Okay,
fan
look,
of Shab?
I'm
You don't
iffy
like
about
Shab?
Shab. I'm on the fence about Shab.
I like
Nah,
Shab.
He's all right.
I'm on the fence about Shab. But
Papa,
shout out,
I like his this thing.
Malik, like the Big Sean shit, the Big Sean diss, like all that shit is hilarious. Like to the point where I'm not sure if you've seen the last episode when he was talking about. Malik was talking about somebody in his inbox. Well, I guess the guy ended up going to a show and some shit happened and he pulled the guy aside and damn near try to save his relationship type shit. And they're inboxing each other and all this shit. And I'm just like, yo, damn, like this guy really do be caring about people who be in his inbox. Like,
wow, that's
like,
awesome.
but this is prior. This is before I even saw that episode. Me and him was having conversations back and forth about the Big Sean diss.
Yep.
Cause he just fucking. This is what I'm saying, yo. Just fucking try. If
Mm.
you see somebody with a blue check mark, you see somebody with he doesn't even have a blue check mark. You see somebody that's on a podcast like that, up and coming. It's like, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm about to hit him up. I'm gonna hit him up. He doesn't have that crazy amount of followers. He's accessible.
Yep.
Let's attack this guy so that way we build a relationship. And
Take it to foot in the door.
if I end up on the Fighter and the Kid,
Yeah.
or even if I
King of the
meet,
Sting. I don't know.
if I
yeah.
meet. Oh right, yeah. Theo Von's another one.
Yeah, he is.
Theo Von, okay.
He's another one. I watch all them shits. I watch a lot. Obviously, Joe
If you
Rogan,
like-
Brilliant Idiots, Flagrant 2.
Well, see, that's what got me started on this. Is believe it or not, I was really inspired by Congratulations before fucking Chris D'Elia got. You familiar with Chris D'Elia?
I know Chris D'Elia as the comedian. I didn't
Yeah.
even watch the podcast.
Okay, his podcast was even funnier than his fucking stand-up. He got fucked up. He got caught with a bunch of not even allegations. A lot of them were proven, but he was a lot of
Yeah, they
Was
were
it-
they
He
didn't
were
realize
on
how-
the fence. They were on the fence. They were barely legal. Let's just say
Yeah.
that. Barely legal.
Yeah,
I'm
let's just
talking like
say,
he was fucking these girls on their birthday.
Yeah,
like,
let's just say,
Yeah.
let's just
So
say he
sick.
didn't understand how Snapchat worked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he didn't understand how Snapchat worked or what pedophilia was, and then, so that all
Yo,
just
this
kind of
guy.
spiraled down. And it really
Your
sucks.
mom's house is good too if you want to.
Oh yeah,
I
Tom
watched
Segura.
I watched Two Bears.
Yes, Two Bears, One Cage.
I
is the
definitely
best.
did. You see his arm off?
Oh
Yeah.
my god! Have you seen the meme since then?
Yeah,
The Allen
yeah.
Iverson one.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh,
Oh, I did.
With
I
Allen
did.
Iverson
I
walking
did.
over
I
him?
did.
Oh, it's hilarious.
He was all fucked up. The Peter Griffin. He was
Yeah.
all fucked up. That shit's hilarious, yo. Shut up. I feel bad for Tom because
dude.
because you see
What happened to Tom?
Oh my god.
You didn't. Oh, him
I
and Bert.
did-
So like on the podcast, these guys are so fucking competitive. They're idiots.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're fucking idiots. Like
play
to the
tennis
point where
against
they
each other?
fucking right to the point where they set up a basketball game, and then Tom's fat ass, knowing he couldn't, tried to dunk. Like you're not gonna dunk. Like you try to win up for it and everything, but on his way up he slipped, and then just. everything.
arm, like
He broke his fucking arm.
No,
He broke his arm,
Forearm?
leg,
was
everything.
his
Oh.
tibula? Was it the tibula?
Yeah,
he broke?
he broke damn near everything.
Bert explained on the podcast as if it was like Tom decided to take his whole arm, rotate it around, be like
On
"Let
the
me
Bill
ch-"
Burr podcast, which is another
yeah,
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
I love
There's
Bill
another
I
Burr.
love the Bill Burr podcast.
But yeah, they were talking about it, and
Bill Burr gives no shits.
Oh my God.
He'll say anything.
Have you seen his? I love his podcast because
so
of his
funny.
ad reads. Have you ever seen his ad reads?
No,
This
he-
dude does not give a fuck about his ads to the point he reads it verbatim, and there's points where it says like, reader interjects with their comments here. Like he's not supposed to read it, and he just straight up reads it. Like it's funny as fuck. It's hilarious.
I said Bill Burr. Bill Burt. That's the podcast I watch. Bill Burr has his own as well.
Oh yeah, Bill and but
Bill
the Bill
Burt.
and Burt.
But,
Yeah,
on the Bill Burt podcast is
Yeah.
when they were explaining
yeah.
that.
That's I wish that was on more spot. Like it's on Spotify, I think.
But I'm on YouTube all the time, so
Yeah.
I'm every
Yeah.
single thing every podcast that I say I watch,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
listen to, I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube with it.
Dude, no, there's some podcasts are the new one-stop shop for high-quality information, if you ask me. You can
Yeah.
really learn about not only just topics, but facts and
Or laugh your ass off.
or laugh your ass off. Like
Right.
there's again,
trying to be entertained,
It
man.
creates a sense of environment for you when you're doing something, whether it be as basic as driving, cooking, eating, and
Makeup.
makeup.
That was hard to get out. That was hard to get out.
Makeup.
Makeup. But I see a lot of those things. Like I really do. And the women, there's I don't watch these podcasts, but there's podcasts like Horrible Decisions and Lip Service with Angela Yee, but like those podcasts cater to women, and
Call me
hear
daddy.
What do you think? I think
You hear-
podcasts are more of a male thing.
No, yeah, I would say that.
Demographically.
Call Me
I think.
Daddy is fucking ridiculous.
I
Barstool
wouldn't say
owns
that.
it. Yeah.
Barstool, yeah?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that because
Like overall,
Maybe
what do
used
you
to be,
think?
but now I'd say it's.
Well,
I wouldn't-
have you ran any ads for your podcast, like on Facebook or
I
anything?
mean, yeah, we ran a few
It's like
ads.
always the statistics. It's more males are interested.
That makes sense
when I-
though,
when
given
I-
your
when-
podcast.
when
though.
I-
But at the same time, like this is a problem that we had early on
Mhm.
because the crew that you see now isn't the crew that started this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there was also Matt. I had an engineer named
Okay.
Matt. He was on, and then we had Highway Ja, who was another artist. These are all males, and then Dame Diddy. He was also a part of the podcast. There's it was a guy show. It was a guy show. The podcast is called Inappropriality.
Right, right.
And it's just a bunch of guys talking the most craziest, reckless
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
that you could fucking think of.
Is anything and
Which
everything.
we're getting back to. Like I feel like we veered away. No, I don't feel like. I know for a fact we veered away from the inappropriate shit.
Right, right.
Like, and we're gonna get back to it. But with that being said, like it was a guy show, so I feel like I'm not sure if it's bringing more women on or having a women co-host
Right.
or anything like that, because that's the majority of it. And then once we added Carla, it's a whole different scene, a whole different demographic. But at the same time, like I said, Horrible Decisions I've known about for years. Lip Service has been out for a while, a long ass fucking time. There's definitely women podcasts out there.
Yeah.
And they're-
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're
no, well,
killing
Whitney
shit.
Cummings.
Whitney,
and
I was
Cummings.
just about to say Whitney
Man,
Cummings.
I just
hers
watched
is a good one.
Andrew Schultz on Whitney's shit. That I literally right when y'all fucking came and got my ass.
Yeah.
Like that's what I pause. I'm heading out. Like
That's what you were listening to?
That's what I
Who's?
on
What'd you say?
Whitney's
Oh, Whitney Cummings?
Andrew Schultz
Oh, no
on
kidding.
Whitney.
Nikki Glazer's another good one too.
I haven't. I hear of him all the time, but I haven't. I
Yeah,
haven't delved into that.
I listen to her when she goes on Rogan now and again. She's pretty funny. Her comedy's pretty funny too.
I will say, ever
Hot
since
boxing.
Joe Rogan left YouTube, I don't get to listen to him so often.
You guys haven't peeped hot boxing?
What's that about?
Mike Tyson's podcast.
Oh, yes, I have.
yo,
I
that's
thought- I
right.
couldn't tell- I
I've
couldn't
been
remember-
meaning to check that out.
'Cause
Yes,
I
it is
couldn't-
amazing.
I couldn't tell if it was that one or Cypress Hill has one too. That's
Yeah,
similar to
the
Mike
smoke box or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I forgot what I forgot what
Something
the name
like that, though, but yeah.
Mike Tyson went on Logan Paul's podcast and ate a fucking heap of shrooms.
that. Oh my fucking
Mike?
god.
Did you see the Joe Rogan podcast when he did that shit with fucking Post Malone?
Did he? Oh, yes. Yeah.
When
I
they were-
do
they were
remember
both
this
on
5-hour podcast or
They were both
4-hour
on fucking
podcast.
shrooms.
Oh my god. I
Nuts.
couldn't imagine that.
Nuts.
So if you got some shrooms, man, I'm just
Hey,
saying.
the links below. Links below.
DM me,
links below. You know where. You know
I'm
where.
trying to do a whole podcast on shrooms. That'd be fucking different. I never do no shit like that because,
Dude.
and also on top of it is like like I said, I still know for a fact I haven't had a trip. Like I felt like I was
Yeah,
just
you
like,
gotta do enough.
okay, first of all, who did these paintings? You painted these shits?
I did, dude. Thank you.
Those are dope.
They're colored by number.
No, they're not.
No,
No, dude.
I've been meaning to ask you this shit for
they're
like
Bob
an
Ross.
hour now.
They're
like,
Bob Ross. Hey, literally. So
Shut
Bob
the
Ross.
fuck up.
Not even kidding. So this is Bob Ross
kid's
was
a
on.
wizard.
Shut the fuck up.
Kid's a
Bob
wizard.
Ross was on Netflix for a while, and me and a friend would watch the
Bob
video
Ross.
and paint along with him, and he would say shit like
Even
this.
shit
Listen,
like
you ready?
that on
But-
YouTube.
ready?
Wait, listen what you just said.
This be a good place for my little squirrel to live.
Yo, I didn't even see you right here. Yeah, we got Bob Ross right here.
Yeah, dude. It's awesome. And you can follow along, and he's fucking hilarious, dude. And you just drink and paint.
Follow along. That's dope.
Yeah, you pause. It's the most nerve-wracking half hour you've ever lived. Because you're like, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. And then you're like, this fucking sucks. And then you wake up the next day and you look at it and you go, you know what? I can actually tell what I was trying to do there. It
You
looks
could
nice.
sell these.
They look pretty good.
They do look good, Mike.
You can sell those.
You know, half the time they come out pretty nice. Half of those are mine. That one's mine and that one's mine.
Who's the other two?
Those are my friend.
That
His
bottom
friend.
one is
My
really
lady
fucking
friend.
dope.
His lady friend.
His lady friend. The ones that you put in water and they blow up. Is that what happened to those women?
Yeah, the 6-pack of chicks.
The six-pack of chicks.
Yeah, the chicks.
What happened to the
They're
chicks?
they're chilling on ice out,
Yeah.
out there.
What
Yeah.
happened to the chicks? We gotta put
They're
them
on
in a
ice.
bucket.
They're on ice in the
We
other
gotta put them
room.
in a bucket.
They're noisy. We keep them
So what the
outside.
fuck does this shit mean? What is all this shit up here?
All right, so we got here a little prayer flag banner I got from. So I've attended actually 3 or 4 times in my life this ceremony by Amici.
Have you explained this before?
No, actually
Okay.
never. You're the first person to ever ask.
the
So
only one
shout
who
out
seems
to
to care.
shout out
I
to
know.
Mike.
Thank you. Yeah.
First
this-
podcast of the year. First time anybody's asked me that question
This
ever.
is a
So a
podcast shit.
friend-
We creating content.
My
Let's go.
friend bought these for me, and they're prayer flags. So if you know what prayer flags are, or if you don't, just Google them. But I believe these ones might be Japanese, but this was at a Hindu event. I went to this event called Amici. If you're not familiar with Amici, she's a very popular Hindu saint, and I've been to this event several times in my life. And you pretty much go and you spend all hours of the night waiting in line to get a hug and get what's called darshan. It's blessing from a Hindu saint, and then you get to even sit up there and meditate with her for a while. But it's
I
this
thought you were saying you went to Burning Man.
so you know, it's
That's what that sounds like.
it's
Nah,
equi-
nah,
if
go
it-
ahead.
it's
Yeah, I'm fucking
equivocable on a
around.
spiritual level. I'll be totally honest with you. It's like in other words, I saw somebody who
Are these like stages and
who
shit?
Jim
or just like-
Carrey, like Amici is somebody Jim Carrey has seen, somebody who Russell Brand has seen. A lot of celebrities have seen her. She attends massive ceremonies in New York City and India. People by the tens of millions go
Are
to
her
see
feet
her.
bounded?
Dude, she sits in a chair. Let me just tell you something. I'm not a very hokey person, but when you watch somebody sit in a fucking seat for 72 hours without getting up to take a piss, eat, rest, sleep, and just hugs people, gives people darshan, that's what it's called. It's an Indian thing. And for 72 fucking hours straight, and then at the end, she stands up and dances for hours with all these people. You really start to believe in fucking magic at that point. I kid you not. It was the most
I mean,
fucking
2 hours doing this podcast
mind-blowing-
with you, and I'm ready to just run away.
No, but I'm
No.
serious. So at that's the story behind
What's that bitch from 300? What's that bitch from 300? The Oracle?
Yeah, the Oracle. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
it's
like that?
well, like
Kinda, it almost sounds
dude,
like it.
these people do what the impossible suggests.
I like
But-
this one right here. This one right here has to be a
This is
weed
cool.
one. The
So-
purple one. Like, and it's purple. It's got to be some purple.
So I
some
believe
purple.
there's like wind and mountains and earth, and then maybe that's like spirit, and then fire.
Obviously.
Then I have no fucking idea, to be completely honest. But the
But you
lines
could
mean
put it
something.
together.
The-
You could put
see
it
those
together.
lines though? That is Japanese. So I know for a
Those
fact
are
it's
words?
a Japanese tapestry. Yeah, it means something. In other
Those
words,
look like dominoes.
they do look like dude,
That's
you want to
fucked
know
up.
what's even more fucked up? People in Korea and Japan and China have no idea what each other are saying, not even on the smallest level. Like here, we know English pretty well, right? We can distinguish slightly what some people are saying in Spanish because we have
I
what the
wouldn't
hell-
say that.
No, but-
I feel like other languages other than
Well,
English.
what I'm saying is a great portion of our language is Latin-based in the same way that Spanish in its entirety is Latin-based, where Chinese and Japanese aren't even fucking close to being the same in any regard. You can't even tell. Like, if you're Japanese, you couldn't read, you couldn't understand a single fucking word. And doesn't the fucking language look almost the same?
Oh, to me,
That's what I'm saying.
hell yeah, that shit is hieroglyphics.
Oh, I think I figured out the mystery, Mike. These are Tibetan prayer flags.
Yeah, they're probably Tibetan. Actually, yeah,
Or
thank you.
some
They are Tibetan,
similar to it.
100%. And that's kind of where a lot of that culture comes from, because out in the East right now, it is extremely suppressed to have any type of basic religion because of, I think China almost destroyed Tibet and Taiwan for a while. I have a client who's Taiwanese. He's a dentist here now.
My
but-
show, the show idea that I kicked to you,
Yeah.
that was gonna be my first thing. How Genghis Khan fucking damn near wiped out 10% of the
Dude,
fucking.
I think he did
No,
wipe
no,
out 10%.
he did 10%
And
of the
there's a
fucking
fat
world's
chance-
population.
There's a fat chance that we're all related to Genghis Khan right now in
It's
this
crazy,
room,
right?
because he
It's
had
crazy.
sex with so many, raped so many people that there's, I mean, the odds of so many. What was
Hey,
it?
look! I kicked this shit live. Yo, hey, we might have a new show coming out.
Yeah.
We might have I kicked this shit. Hey, look, we might
You
have a
heard
new
it
show
first
coming
here.
out. We might have a new show coming out. We gonna try this
Oh,
one
Mike
out.
and Mike at night.
Yeah, we gonna try this one out. We gonna kick y'all some facts, some weird facts.
History with Mike and Mike.
Like that one.
Yeah, and I got a didgeridoo in the back there. I can rip that.
Yeah,
thing.
hell yeah, that would be dope.
It's an Aussie instrument.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
A knife. I'd love to go to Australia. It's a completely different world.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's what I think more people live in L.A. or L.A. County
Probably
than
than
all
Australia.
of Australia.
I believe it.
or some shit like that.
I believe it completely. Because I mean, Australia.
I think I've heard that on Joe Rogan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's tons of fun facts you pick
Or
up.
is it California? Is it California? I think it was L.A. County.
Here's here's
They
a good.
got 24 million in Australia.
You want to know
Yeah, so it's
something?
probably
You want to
county.
know
Yeah.
something really fucking wild? You can fit every single human in the entire fucking world shoulder to shoulder in LA. Look that up.
in L.A.
In LA. So there's
I
a
thought you were
lot of
gonna say
people.
Australia.
I think there's too many people.
in
but
LA,
it's
there's
crazy.
fucking damn near. Remember when they used to tell you there was 6 billion people in the world?
Dude,
a little
dude,
over 6
since
billion.
the 50s, the population's more than doubled.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is 2011, but standing shoulder to shoulder, the entire world's population could fit within the 500 square miles of Los Angeles.
Imagine that shit.
no,
Imagine
because
that.
I done been to some raves, man. I done been to some raves. I've been to some raves in LA, and I done seen a crowd of 100,000, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So I couldn't imagine 7 point whatever the fuck billion.
No, well, we were just
7.8.
talking about that like in China, like some of those cities. Like,
Right.
you're just on top of each other. Like,
That shit is insane. I love New York, but as soon as I start creeping up to New York, am I the only one that gets anxiety? Like,
No, same.
I get it's just like
Same.
it's just like you see all these sky rises and you're like there's a million people in that one building.
Yeah, like Boston isn't as bad for me because I feel like I've known it a little bit more because I've been going there longer. But as soon as I go to New York City, I love it. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, am I anxious? There's
Yeah.
just so much going on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of like big cities. I like visiting, but even when I went to Iceland, like Reykjavik was like the
the
least
fuck
of
was
my
that
cho-
like?
Iceland?
Iceland is on green, right?
Huh?
Iceland is on green.
And Greenland's
Well,
all ice. They kind of.
It's
Is that what's that? What's that like?
in Iceland they have summer. It was cold. It was November and it was still like raining and snowing and shit. But the only place I've ever been to in my life where I felt like I was on a completely different planet. Things are just different there. Everything smells like sulfur. Everywhere you go smells like sulfur because there's so much geothermal activity occurring beneath the Earth's surface. All the rocks are black. All the beaches are black. Like you don't have white sand beaches like you do here. You know, go
I
to
met one person from Iceland and she was weird as fuck.
yeah, because you just don't get that much sunlight. People are weird. I mean,
What's her name? Bjork?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yo, I don't even
familiar
remember
with
her name. I
Bjork.
don't even
Like,
remember her
listen-
name.
Listen to like the most popular musician of Iceland. It's probably Bjork, and it's like
Oh,
Army of
definitely it's Bjork.
Army of Me pretty much sets the tone. But here's the thing: you're driving along mountain ridges like all day long. I swear to God, more than 90% of the places that I went looked like a fucking map from Halo 2. Like, like it was on that level, dude. Like I was like, holy shit! You know, there's places.
Let me get on this bench.
Yeah, seriously. Like I'm like I think even at one point I said there's probably a banshee up on that mountain cliff because the glaciers have defined the land so much there by pushing earth up and then creating mountains, and the entire fucking island is volcanic. The entire island is volcanic.
That's fucking. That's
So-
that's some shit.
Going
That's
there,
some shit.
you
Yeah.
definitely get
That's how like people living in Hawaii. I'm like,
yeah. a bad fucking year could really be a bad fucking year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It could-
Like that mountain starts
a
spitting
bad
out
year.
lava. Your whole town.
Not only are you paying $15 for milk, but a volcano could erupt at any point.
Dude, right?
$15 for milk. You been to Hawaii?
No, I'm probably a little egregious with that estimate, but I know it's very
you're probably
expensive.
spot
for,
on.
like,
No,
everything's
imported there.
Yeah, it's got to be
it's
crazy.
it's crazy with
There's a
places
base.
like that.
There's a base there.
There
And and they hate it. And then, well, from my understanding, they fucking hate it. And then people are like, "Why would we put a base there?" It's like it's the perfect location. What the fuck you mean? It's
Yeah.
the perfect location for a base to protect.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor, ever heard of it? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
like, come on, why not?
Fuck you mean?
It's an
Like,
island that you can.
There was a base there with Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Like with all that
it's
shit
still
happening. Like that shit. That day was amazing. It was ridiculous.
That was
Yeah,
only
dude.
like that happened like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
No, it did. Like it was like the anniversary was like 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
or something like that, yeah. Or no.
Yeah,
Pearl
we
Harbor
took
was-
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mike and Mike took that way different. It was
Yeah.
like, that shit was not 3 weeks ago, man.
No, I swear to God.
Was that Vietnam was like last
Yesterday,
month.
It was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah,
It
yeah.
had
I
to
swear
be
to God.
yesterday. Fucking Japs.
1974. That's right.
All right, we're over 2 hours. Let's wrap this up on a fucking high note. Mike, what would you tell the whole world right now if you had one thing to say?
Fuck you. Nah.
I was thinking the same thing.
Happy New Year.
Yo.
Just to start off the fucking 2021. What would it be, man? What would it be?
Keep fucking grinding, man. Don't stop. Don't ever stop fucking working. Literally. Whatever the fuck you got a passion for, put everything you have into it. Don't put all your work into a job that you don't give two fucks about. And just keep grinding, man. Be creative. We out.
Dude, I always, I couldn't agree more, man. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
Happy
Thank
New
you
All
for
Year.
the
having
links-
me, man. Thank you
Yeah,
for
it's
having
been
me.
real.
Shout
Yeah,
out
dude.
Locals Only, man.
Mike, yeah, dude. Thank you so much for
Hell
coming
yeah.
on. The
Oh.
great Mike Torch, ladies and gentlemen. Everything is below. All right, everything's
Thank
below.
you.
So definitely follow along, tag along, get involved with the culture, get involved with the scene. Mike Torch is everything there is to it. So
Thank
check
you.
it out, guys. All right, take care.
Peace out.